brackets to good use by turning them into mask kits for the patients at a local children's hospital. Well, I guess when you have all these brackets, you got to do something with them.
It's clever. I would have been like, what do I do with these?
Give away to your neighbors, right?
Millions of health screenings missed due to the pandemic. What doctors say you can do to make up for it now. Coming up.
Plus, help is on the way just in the time for your summer vacation. New in our 6 o'clock hour, what a major airline's doing to make sure your flight's not canceled.
And dramatic new video showing the moment police lines were breached during the Capitol attack. In just 15 minutes, what federal prosecutors want you to know about the man at the center of these videos.
And it's going to be another scorcher. Make sure you dress lightly as you head out the door.
.92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Are you looking to have built or repaired a shingle, metal, or tile roof? Do you want to hire a company where the owner personally inspects your job and every job? Hello, I'm Jimmy Williamson of WB Williamson Brothers Roofing. If the answer is yes,
844-WB Built.
WB Williamson Brothers Roofing represents the fourth generation of a tradition that began with my grandfather back in 1967. And it's a tradition of building something that you can be proud to put your name on. If you need a quote for the construction or repair of a shingle, metal, or tile roof, call me, Jimmy.
844-WB Built.
Or visit us at 2944 South Street in Fort Myers. Williamson Brothers Roofing also specializes in standing seam metal roofs and commercial flat roofs. Satisfied clients include Florida Gulf Coast University and Pensacola State College. Call Williamson Brothers Roofing at 844-WB Built. That's
844-WB Built.
That's 844-WB Built.
Hi, I'm Ty Laster, Managing Partner and CEO of Key City Capital. My family and I are putting down roots right here in Southwest Florida and are so happy to be a part of this community. We hope to meet you out at one of the country clubs or walking the town center or out on one of the beautiful beaches or parks. So why are we Key City Capital here in Southwest Florida? Well, at KCAP, our mission is to connect capital to wealth for all of our partners through passive real estate investments. And very simply, we generate and distribute double-digit returns for our investors by investing in single-family homes and apartments and unique alternative cash flowing asset-backed investments.
If you're looking for significant returns from real estate and alternative investments without any risk of loss to your principal and without all the work of collecting rent or worrying about stock market volatility, call us today at 239-330-2080. That's 239-330-2080. Or check us out online today at kcap925.com. That's kcap925.com.
Before a disaster turns your family's world upside down, it's up to you to be ready. Get a kit, make a plan, be informed. Learn how at www.ready.gov. Brought to you by the Federal Emergency Management Agency and the Ad Council.
92.5 WFSX Estero. It's 6 o'clock on Southwest Florida's news and talk station. 92.5 Fox News.
In the Senate, I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News.
It's not a vote on any particular policy. It's not a vote on this bill or that bill. It's a vote on whether the Senate should simply debate.
Majority Leader Chuck Schumer tried to move forward with an election bill. House Democrats already approved one, saying they're trying to protect voting rights, but Republicans call it a voting federal election takeover.
60 votes are necessary to trigger debate. It's expected to fall well short. Republicans won't help the Democrats. And that bill doesn't even have the support of all Democrats, but that is not stopping the White House. West Virginia Democrat Joe Manchin is the big holdout, but his opposition gives air cover to some Democrats who aren't enamored with the bill either.
That's Fox's Chad Perkham. COVID cases and deaths have been declining lately, but there's new government information today on how bad the pandemic hit nursing homes. 4 in 10 Medicare recipients in those homes had or likely got COVID, and nursing home deaths spiked up 32% in 2020 versus the year before. 150 million Americans are now fully vaccinated, many of them elderly. 77% of people 65 and older have had their COVID vaccine doses. In Colorado,
I saw 3 people dead laying in the street in Old Town Arvada.
One of them was a police officer.
It happened just outside Denver when reports came in of shots fired near the library.
3 people are dead after that shooting in Old Town Arvada, Colorado. That includes Arvada police officer Gordon Beasley, a 19-year veteran of the force. The others killed include the shooter and a third person police describe as a Samaritan.
Fox's Jackie Ibanez. In Carmichael, California, police say a man drove his pickup truck onto sidewalks, hit a person, then turned around and rammed someone else who'd stopped to help the victim. One of them died. He then smashed into a car, got out and attacked that driver with a crowbar. His rampage ended when he went to a trailer home with a gun and was shot by somebody also armed, and he was injured and taken into custody. America's listening to Fox News.
This update is presented by Johnston Spinal Care, the leader in spinal decompression. Find them online at 596back.com.
Wink News, traffic.
Good Tuesday morning, off to a clear and quiet start out on the road. 75, though, getting a little busy and backed up right around southern Lee County near Corkscrew Road, heading down through Bonita Beach Road and closer to Immokalee Road, a little bit busy as well on the interstate. Not seeing any major slowdowns on 41, and we are crash-free right now out across Lee, Collier, and Shirley counties. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
High humidity sticks around for this afternoon with temperatures warming into low to even middle 90s. Heat index values hot, ranging between 100 to even up to 108 degrees today. Spotty storms possible as we head into especially this afternoon and into this evening, calming down into tonight with temperatures only set to cool down to the middle 70s, waking up on your Wednesday morning. Another warm day for tomorrow with a high of 92 degrees and a slightly higher chance to see some thunderstorms. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Drew Steele in the morning and Trey Radel in the afternoon. 2 doses of what cures liberalism. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
True relief for back and neck pain.
Back or neck pain is not just unpleasant, it can be debilitating, preventing you from performing your daily routine and even confining you to bed. In decades past, patients suffering from spinal issues were often just given pain medication, spinal injections, and, when they did not heal, often underwent spinal surgery. Luckily, there is now another option, non-surgical spinal decompression. At Johnson Spinal Care 596 Back, we use an advanced technology to apply a completely safe unloading force to relieve nerve compression associated with bulging herniated discs, sciatica, stenosis, scoliosis, neuropathy. This award-winning approach, safe for any age, has gained international praise from physicians for its success. Complete pain relief is achievable. Johnson Spinal Care is here to serve you. Call our Medicare-friendly office today for an immediate, no-charge telephone consultation. 596-BACK. 596-BACK. That's 596-2225.
With kids out of school, friends and barbecues, and all the pool, boat, and beach days, it all makes for a good summer mess. Something Closet Factory has been solving home by home for decades, building completely custom garage wall organizers and summer sport and sand rooms and more, so you and the family can have all the fun that summer holds without tracking it into your home. To check out how fun a more streamlined summer can be, call or visit closetfactory.com. Summertime fun. That's how we build it.
NCH Heart Institute is home to the most experienced and most dedicated team of physicians and nurses in Southwest Florida. Over the past 30 years, NCH Heart Institute has mastered the quality, the care, and the holistic patient experience that can only be found within a nationally ranked heart institute. Caring for a patient, mind, heart, and body. That's the cornerstone of our critical care team, which ranks in the top 2% of all hospitals in America.
NCH Heart Institute, at the heart of what matters most. Manufactured in the USA, Plantation Shutters for You is the best choice for plantation shutters. Custom measured and installed just for you. Built to last forever. They will not be undersold. Start with a free consultation. PlantationShuttersForYou.com. And God bless everyone.
Hi, I'm Kyle Lee with Lee Auto Group. We want your car, truck, van, or SUV today. We are paying top dollar for clean vehicles. Before you sell or trade, call Lee Auto Group to get the most money for your car. Lee Auto Group, lee-cars.com. Don't forget the dash.
Lee Auto Group is looking for quality pre-owned vehicles. Let them make your buying or selling experience easy and safe. Contact Lee Auto Group at 239-288-7374 or visit lee-cars.com.
Don't forget the dash.
Indeed believes less is more. That's why they have powerful tools to help you source, screen, and hire quality people faster. Learn more at Indeed.com/credit.
from 92.5 Fox News.
It's the stuff Southwest Florida is talking about.
It's Daybreak. Now, here's the guy at the epicenter of what's important to those of us who live in Southwest Florida, Drew Steele.
Well, good morning, Southwest Florida. Glad you're here. 239-479-5592 is the talk and text line. We stream live, drewsteele.com. That's the website. Steele has 3 E's, and I hope you're enjoying the program. We appreciate you starting your day watching us there on the smartphone, smart device, as we set the website up to be that simple, at Drew Steele Radio on Facebook. All right, coming up this morning, a couple of things. I wanted to comment on the transgender Olympic athlete and how it is interesting in a lot of different ways. Number one, because you can already see what's going to happen. It's totally a win-win for the transgender community. There's no doubt about it. Laurel Hubbard, who is going to be competing in the weightlifting competition, and a biological male, ultimately, if at 43 years of age, right? So ultimately, if Laurel Hubbard wins, it will be clear because Laurel Hubbard is a biological male, shows how you're taking away a spot from another Olympic athlete that has been working so hard, who is a biological female in the female competition, and that will be something that will be talked about. Or will it? Because if Laurel Hubbard doesn't win, then it will be about age, and really will just open up the door for somebody and then prove the point that, you see, it's not anything to be concerned about, because ultimately this transgender who is the weightlifter is somebody who is going to be able to compete on the level, because there's going to be all different ways from Sunday to spin this thing. But there's another transgender athlete that's out there. I don't know if you know this, who is not on the New Zealand team, but is on the United States Olympic team. I didn't know that there was... so I guess the Summer Olympics have BMX freestyle. Did you know that, Jake? Jake the Millennial. Isn't that big with the Millennials, the BMX freestyle competition? Isn't that what you do? Isn't like when you do World of Warcraft 3 or whatever it is, or blowing up Minefields Part 7 or whatever your favorite video game, don't they have BMX people that come in? Isn't that one of those things, too, that's typically, somehow there's like some alien BMX rider? I mean, that's how... What? Yeah, the millennials are so obsessed with BMX racing.
No,
that
not even a little bit.
No, not even a little bit? Okay.
No.
All right. I wasn't sure.
I couldn't name one BMX rider ever.
Oh, okay. All right. So I'm so maybe is it the Gen Zs? Is somebody like BMX racing? There's somebody out there. I thought the X Games, isn't that a big thing with the millennials? I thought that was
maybe like in the 90s.
But isn't So I don't know. See, I admit when I don't know something. So I was completely wrong. In the World of Warcraft Part 28, there is no alien BMX freestyle rider thing, just to appeal to an age group. The point is, there's a transgender Olympic athlete who says that in a Facebook post that, hey, listen, the goal is to win the Olympics so that they can burn the U.S. flag on the podium. Nothing to see here. Move along. Everything's fine. It's good. We're good. And that, to me, is something to look at for a lot of different reasons. And maybe the least of which would be that, man, there's an agenda there, isn't there? That with everything in life, you just give a little bit, just a little bit. And it's like, no. It's like, got to swing the doors open and get as drastic as you possibly can get with the comments or the position that you're in, taking advantage. Why would you burn an American flag? Why would you want to do that? Well, we'll talk about that. Okay. So there's a little bit of that. Also, what else do we have this morning? Why is, and this was brought up to me this morning, so I got to look into this a little further, but why is Barack Obama mandating that election laws pass before the midterms? And dozens of companies are saying the same thing. Who's in charge here? Why is Barack Obama saying something that dozens of companies are calling on as well? It's almost as if he's kind of hanging around in D.C. and he's got nothing better to do but helping Joe out. I'm just maybe I don't really know. It's okay. So we'll get into that story as well. All right, this is what I wanted to talk right out of the gate this morning is that when it comes to issues that people care about, here in Southwest Florida, in the state, nationally, there are many things that are going to be brought up. That Western Conservative Summit straw poll talked about a lot of different issues. Crime not necessarily being in the top 5. Concerns about the border, concerns about the economy. I mean, all different kinds of things. The usual things that you would see. But crime not necessarily there at the top for conservatives. And maybe that's about to change because more and more we're starting to hear about major metropolitan cities and some other communities that are not major or metropolitan who are starting to see an uptick in crime due to the left-leaning policies that are in those cities and are starting to percolate in smaller communities. And then you have to ask yourself, how many of these cities and these smaller towns where this is happening because there's just an uptick in crime? They are doing everything that they possibly can to have resources, police, funding. We're increasing it, trying to get ahead of the crime. It's just, and we just don't know why. Certainly we are funding police. We're not defunding them. And how many of them is actually the other way around? Because forces are being defunded, because money is going to different places, and it's actually the fault of the police. Oh, I'm not kidding. There are some that are making the suggestion that it's the police's fault. It's not the community or any kind of left-leaning legislature or mayor or anything like that. There's nothing to see here. And I'm going to give you some examples. And, you know, one of the biggest examples, by the way, is New York City, who today is going to have a big primary. And the leading candidate, Eric Adams, in New York City, is someone whose platform is all about saving the city, not only because of mismanagement that has happened with the de Blasio regime, but it's also what they've done to dismantle the idea of the police, demonizing the police department, the lack of consequences for disorder, the elimination of bail. I mean, so many things that have caused New Yorkers to look and say, enough is enough. Crime is rampant in New York City. It is ugly. And by the way, what kind of policies in New York City? Charges against hundreds of New York City rioters and looters were dropped. In the Bronx, which saw fires in the street and mass looting in June of 2020, more than 60% of arrestees have had their charges dropped. 73 of 118 people arrested in the borough had their cases shelved altogether. Another 19 were convicted on lesser counts like trespassing, which carries no jail time. These are people that were rioting, looting, destroying property. They could do it again because they know they won't get the right punishment. Many people have said. One person who owns an eyeglass store in the borough saw the looting that was going on in their store. And look, I bring this up because obviously New York City is the micro of the macro, even though it's one of the biggest cities, is that more and more as we start to see this uptick nationally in crime, and more as we start to hear from people who are trying to make it about you and your conservative values and you as a Trump supporter and you as a GOP Republican and you're the problem because fill in the blank, some kind of Isterobia. And we have to defund the police, and it's the police's fault. The more you hear about this and you see this uptick, the more you're going to have a spin of individuals who will look at the city that they live in and say, no, even in New York City, we want somebody who's going to be tough on crime. And Eric Adams apparently who is way ahead in the polling right now, as the primary will happen today. And it's an odd election that they have in New York. It's different than I forget what they call it. I don't know why it's slipping my mind right now in the way that they do it. But it's you have a couple of different candidates that will make their way through. It's not just winner take all. But the point is that they see how unsafe the city has become, and a candidate in New York City that is talking about being tough on crime, that's a former cop, is somebody who is getting the most attention right now, and what looks to be the lead right now, way ahead of others. And I, again, bring this up because the micro is in one particular city. The macro is worrying about crime across the country. The micro is the politics that are happening in certain cities that we see around the country, and even when it comes to how our kids are being taught and critical race theory. And then the macro is that the United States, the country, from sea to shining sea, starts, well, except for along the edges there, because, the edges aren't going anywhere in a lot of different ways when it comes to places in California and New York and the like. But the point is that across the country, we start to see this and recognize it and push back against it. And when you hear certain individuals who just happen to formerly be with the Obama administration, the Obama task force on crime. Now, right? Isn't this the, right? Oh, okay. It was President Obama's task force on 21st century policing and the Ferguson Commission talked about the issues of the rise in crime in New York City. And again, it's the micro of the macro. We're talking about some of the things that liberal politicians believe that could make their way to a city near you, Southwest Florida. I mean, you'd like to believe that it won't. But you also thought that you wouldn't see critical race theory or some of the things going on in our school districts that are happening right now as we speak. And tomorrow we're going to get into some more detail about what's happening in certain cities, certain areas in Southwest Florida, and in certain counties, specifically Collier County, and what's happening there with regard to critical race theory. You didn't think it would happen here until it shows up because of elections where you're not allowed to ask somebody their political affiliation. No, you can't ask. Come on, we're talking about school board. We all care about the same thing, right? No. We don't all care about the same thing, apparently. But here is Brittany Packnett Cunningham talking about this. And I want you to hear, because it's really important when you break down what she's saying to understand that there are people in this town who will listen to this and agree with this 100%. Now, they may not say it to a camera. They may not say it on a microphone. They may not say it to your face. But believe it, behind the scenes, there are people here in this town that believe exactly what is being discussed. They're talking about New York City. Listen.
Tomorrow is primary day for New York's mayoral race. Crime is the #1 issue among Democrats. Those are the people voting.
Okay. The people that are voting are Democrats. The #1 issue for the Democrats is crime. Even they realize when things are getting bad, enough is enough. Right, so they see the same thing. But the way you get to it and the problems and who is the problem is a whole different case. So listen carefully.
What does that say about the defund the police movement? Do people know what it means? Do they know what it is? Do they know what they want?
Okay, so just explain to you about the defund the police movement, what is going on in these in New York City, where they're seeing this uptick in crime, a massive uptick in crime, the elimination of bail, demonizing the police department, general lack of consequences for disorder. I just explained to you about over 60% of the rioting and looting that happened in 2020. Those those individuals are back out on the street. No problem. Nothing to see here. Move along. And so you have the former Obama Task Force, 21st Century Policing and Ferguson Commission individual here, contributor to MSNBC, saying this. Listen.
So, Stephanie, I think it's important to begin with the simple fact that all of us, and I do mean all of us, want safer communities. Everyone wants and deserves to be able to walk out of their home, walk freely on the street, play with their child, and ensure that everyone is safe while doing so.
Oh, boy. There's got to be a big button there coming up, because they can't leave it at that. Look, we all want the same thing, right? We all want a great education for our kids. We all want safer streets, right? We're all together in this.
But what we also know to be true
Oh, boy. We also know something to be true. Here we go.
is that defunding the police is not just about taking money out of an institution that continues to prove ineffective. It's also about refunding the people.
Okay. So it's so taking the money out of the police departments is refunding the people, while at the same time looking at an institution and going, this thing isn't working. Really? You don't think the police department is working? No, these individuals, and this one in particular, does not think that the police department is functioning. Gotcha. Okay, keep going.
It's about ensuring that the services that people need to ensure safe communities from the ground up are actually being funded and resourced to their full capacity. I think that there are a lot of police unions and GOP operatives that would like for us to believe that this recent crime wave has everything to do with this idea of defunding the police.
All right, so you see now it's like, really, here's the GOP. They want you to believe that the defunding police, these departments that we're finding more and more about that are losing funding, those that are even being discussed about taking away funding, doing something. You all know what has been happening for the past year when it comes to police departments and the talk of defunding the police and actual cities that have been doing it and the increase in crime. You can't even argue that point unless you're the MSNBC contributor. So she's saying they want to argue this, but oh no, she's got the answer. Listen to this.
But guess what, Stephanie? The police haven't been defunded. You actually look at the 50 largest cities' law enforcement spending.
Okay, the 50 largest spending on police departments, the 50 largest cities. Not every one of those cities is a liberal city. The top 50, get this,
as a share of the general expenditure in each of those cities actually rose slightly from 13.6% to 13.7%.
13.6% to 13.7% in the 50 largest cities in the country. Now, of course, she doesn't break it down to say exactly where that money is being taken and where that money is being added. And you can clearly see that 13.6 and 13.7, that's not exactly a big jump, everybody. And then it gets better. Here you go.
And many of the cities that have talked about removing that money, like Minneapolis and Seattle, they've actually paused or slowed how they were thinking about moving that money. So this rising crime is not the fault of the movement. It's actually the fault of the police. And this has been our point all along.
Jake just raised his eyebrows. Yes, no, it's the fault of the police. That's all it is, okay? This is Barack Obama's 21st Century Policing and Ferguson Commission Task Force leader. Part of the task force. And that it's the police's fault that there is an uptick in crime. Especially when you're talking about New York City. Now, do you honestly believe that? There are people who do. And look, I bring this up, and I spent time on this segment this way for a very, very important reason. Because ultimately, you look at this and you say, okay, it's New York City. It's 50 of the largest cities in the country. What does that have to do with us here in this town? Well, remember, those 50 largest cities, some of them do reside in the state of Florida. And there are people who like to move around. And there are people who like to move to Southwest Florida. And there are people who do not have the same political persuasion, let's just say, that you do, and think the same way that you do. And I'm just telling you that I know for a fact that as quick as you can say, it will never happen here, CRT is being pushed in our schools. Oh, no, it's not. There's no CRT curriculum. But you're kind of parsing the language here. It's not about critical race theory being taught. It's about how teachers and principals and others are pushing an agenda of being critical of what is happening in our societies through the lens of race and saying that, listen, because of your whiteness that you'll never understand racism. And so the whole institution has to be torn down. And we have to start teaching our kids about this and how certain individuals will never, ever, ever be able to get ahead. They'll always be oppressed. That's the idea. You never thought that would happen here, but it has. It is here. By the way, there's a push against all of this, and it continues in It's great to see that. But also when it comes to crime, there are people that are going to be out there who are going to make you believe that what she is saying, this Brittany Packnett Cunningham, what she's saying is right. And she has a point. And we should examine this and we should look at this. And just that little bit of doubt is enough to get people to say, well, let's take a step back and then let's listen and hear what you... No, because you see what happens in a lot of these major metropolitan cities. And even coming up this morning, maybe not when we come back, but when we come back sometime this morning, I have to talk about what's going on in places like Chicago, where Lori Lightfoot wants you to believe that with all the shootings and the death just over the weekend, 10 people killed over the weekend, and things are getting better. 54 people were shot in Chicago over the weekend. 54 people were shot. And she says, no, things are looking up. They're better. And I even have the numbers to prove it. Until you hear the numbers and examine it and see that there's a little bit of stretching the truth to keep the narrative alive of 54 people being shot in Chicago. All right, 239-479-5592. All right, let's take a break right now. It is Daybreak, 92.5, Fox News, right all along.
This is 92.5 Fox News. The Drive at 5 with Trey Radel. 92.5 Fox News.
This Fox News business report is presented by Sargent's Integrated Pest Solutions Incorporated, providing organic and botanical pest control solutions since 2011.
Hey, this is Papa with Casey, Carrie, and Cody. And as most of you know, when Irma hit in September of 2017, thousands of people tried unsuccessfully to call a roofing company, but all the roofers were so overwhelmed they could not handle or even answer those calls. Now here we are, 4 years later, and many of those same people are still waiting to have their roofs repaired. So we are implementing our proactive list. If you want to be on our list, call me for our free tolerance inspection. Once we inspect your roof, you will be on the proactive list. If or when the next storm hits, you will have no need to call any roofer because we will be calling you automatically to see if you need help. We can offer emergency repairs and tarp service or whatever your roof requires. Call Papa now for our free tolerance inspection, 945-2700. We believe it's wise to be proactive and it costs you nothing to join our list. Call Papa for our free tolerance inspection at 945-2700. That's 945-2700, area code 239-945-2700.
License number CCC 1326213.
Inside the Trane testing facility, our heating and cooling products go through endless torture tests to ensure they can run through anything. And when we say torture, we don't take that lightly. We drop them, slam them against the wall, shake them, and then expect them to run without an extra decibel in our anechoic sound chamber. Without fail. Drop, slam, shake, silence. Drop, slam, shake, silence. And there's no end in sight. We test, so it runs.
Things are heating up, and you may notice that old AC system just isn't keeping up like it used to. It's time for you to get the Purified experience. Visit purifiedac.com to get special financing on a new system installation. Subject to credit approval, see dealer for details. Purified Air also offers free estimates and 24/7 emergency service so you can have the Purified experience when you need it the most. Visit purifiedac.com to get the Purified experience for yourself. That's purifiedac.com, license number CAC 1817070.
It's hard to stop a train.
Lusk, Drasites, and Talisano believes winning cases is no accident. Your case is important. Pick a firm with resources to actually prosecute your case. If your case is accepted, you're guaranteed to not pay a single penny in fees or costs unless you get a favorable settlement or verdict. Lusk, Drasites, and Talisano has over 35 years of experience handling personal injury cases in Florida. Visit ldtlaw.com for a free consultation today. Winning is no accident. Lusk, Drasites, and Talisano. ldtlaw.com.
Are you looking to have built or repaired a shingle, metal, or tile roof? Do you want to hire a company where the owner personally inspects your job and every job? Hello, I'm Jimmy Williamson of WB Williamson Brothers Roofing. If the answer is yes,
844-WB-BUILT.
WB Williamson Brothers Roofing represents the fourth generation of a tradition that began with my grandfather back in 1967. And it's a tradition of building something that you can be proud to put your name on. If you need a quote for the construction or repair of a shingle, metal, or tile roof, call me, Jimmy.
844-WB-BUILT.
Or visit us at 2944 South Street in Fort Myers. Williamson Brothers Roofing also specializes in standing seam metal roofs and commercial flat roofs. Satisfied clients include Florida Gulf Coast University and Pensacola State College. Call Williamson Brothers Roofing at 844-WB-BUILT. That's 844-WB-BUILT. That's 844-WB-BUILT.
Wink News, traffic.
Right now, watching a crash along Palm Beach Boulevard in Alva at Cook Lane. That's just off of Hickey's Creek. So if you're heading that direction right now, watch out for deputies responding to that crash. But no roadblock, it looks like. Everything running up to speed eastbound and westbound along State Road 80. We do have some delays southbound along I-75 heading through Estero right now toward Bonita Beach Road in Bonita Springs, where we have a vehicle off to the side on the right-hand shoulder, not blocking anything, just causing some slight slowdowns in the area. Otherwise, the rest of 75, nice and quiet. Our bridge commute between the Cape and Fort Myers at about 2 to 3 minutes. Right now on the Caloosahatchee and Edison as well, similar conditions. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
High humidity sticks around for this afternoon with temperatures warming into low to even middle 90s. Heat index values hot, ranging between 100 to even up to 108 degrees today. Spotty storms possible as we head into especially this afternoon and into this evening, calming down into tonight with temperatures only set to cool down to the middle 70s, waking up in your Wednesday morning. Another warm day for tomorrow with a high of 92 degrees and a slightly higher chance to see some thunderstorms. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
You don't have to feel distant. Come join the conversation.
I am mad at everything going on.
This is 92.5 Fox News. Right. All along.
Every day in business is a big day. Whatever your day brings, Comcast Business can help you handle it with reliable gig speeds and advanced cybersecurity solutions. Comcast Business, powering possibilities. Restrictions apply. Actual speeds vary. Call for details.
The only thing worse than hiring no law firm after your injury is hiring the wrong law firm. When thousands of people call us every year asking to help them change law firms, I wonder why they ever call the other firm. When you're fighting to get what you deserve, it's go big or go home. We are big for a reason, which is why we've recovered over $9 billion for our clients. When it comes to law, size matters. We're America's largest injury law firm, Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Jason and Todd with the Diamond District are giving you a free pair of 1-carat total weight diamond stud earrings this weekend only with your purchase of a Veragio engagement or wedding ring priced at $2,500 or more during their Veragio Trunk Show. Jason and Todd are also offering 12 months interest-free financing.
Trust. It's the rock-solid foundation of Moran Wealth Management. Over 40 years ago, they began advising clients on ways to help meet their financial goals. 4 decades later, we've helped many reach their goals of providing for themselves, their families, and future generations. CEO Tom Moran has assembled an impressive team of professionals, each committed to the same core concept. Tom is recognized by Barron's as a Hall of Fame advisor. To be named a Hall of Fame advisor, the advisor has to have been ranked by Barron's consecutively for the last 10 years in any of their rankings. Let us earn your trust. Call 239-920-4440 or visit moranwm.com. Barron's rankings are based on data provided by thousands of advisors. Factors included in the rankings were assets under management, revenue produced for the firm, regulatory record, length of service, quality of practice, and client retention. Investment products and services are offered through Wells Fargo Advisors Financial Network, LLC, WFAFN, member SIPC. Moran Wealth Management is a separate entity from WFAFN.
It's Fred Kobe with your Kobe Cooling tip for the day. When you call us at 239-482-1542, what you'll get is a warm reception. We'll send out a real NATE-certified expert mechanic who will treat you and your time with respect. Our team will help to inform you of the situation and correct any issues that we find. Our goal is to make sure your experience with our team is a pleasant one, and we work very hard every day to meet that goal. Kobe is who we are, and cooling is what we do. But we also know we're nothing without you. Thank you, Southwest Florida, for almost 70 years of trust in our family. When you think of air conditioning companies, we hope you'll think of Kobe Cooling. No nonsense and no pressure. We're the company your neighbors use. License CACO 57313. Kobe, the most trusted name in the business since 1949, serving local Southwest Florida families for almost 70 years.
Diabetes, high blood pressure, anxiety meds, everyone's on them. If you're a 50-year-old male, maybe a bit porky, and you may even have type 2 diabetes, $1 million of term insurance may only cost you about $200 a month. Call Term Provider. Speak with Big Lou at 800-200-1966. Big Lou will find a term life policy for you even if you have type 2 diabetes, are overweight, or have high blood pressure. Term Provider has helped thousands of people like you who think they can't afford term life insurance. To buy $1 million of affordable term life for you, all you need to do is call Big Lou at 800-200-1966. Lou will make sure the scales are tipped in your favor. Call 800-200-1966. Big Lou will answer your call and work to fit you into a term life policy that you can afford. Remember, Big Lou's like you. He's on meds, too. Call 800-200-1966. 800-200-1966.
We'll buy your car today, on the spot, and pay you $500 more than anyone else. It's the ultimate buyback event at Sutherland Nissan Fort Myers and Sutherland Nissan Cape Coral. 4 days only. Market conditions and a record month have caused a massive demand for your used vehicle, allowing Sutherland to pay more than ever for trade-ins. Up to 130% book value and $500 more than any other written offer. No purchase necessary. Sutherland Nissan will buy your car outright. You don't need to buy one of our cars. Bring your vehicle to Sutherland and get paid up to 130% value today. Hurry, this event ends 7 p.m. Sunday. It's the ultimate buyback event at Sutherland Nissan Fort Myers and Sutherland Nissan Cape Coral. Nobody in Florida pays you more for your old car than Sutherland. Sutherland Nissan Fort Myers and the all-new Sutherland Nissan Cape Coral, your used car megastore. Online at flnissan.com. If you don't shop Sutherland, you'll pay too much.
See dealer for details.
Hi, I'm Ty Laster, managing partner and CEO of Key City Capital. So why are we here in Southwest Florida? Well, at KCAP, our mission is to connect capital to wealth for all of our partners through passive real estate investments. And very simply, we generate and distribute double-digit returns for our investors by investing in single-family homes and apartments and unique alternative cash-flowing asset-backed investments.
Call us today at 239-330-2080 or check us out online today at kcap925.com.
This is Drew Steele on 92.5 Fox News. Now, back to Daybreak with Drew Steele.
Nobody moves more wings than the boss, Rick Ross, and Wingstop. But now that there's a national wing shortage, guess you're done hustling. Huh, Rick?
Nah, we doing thighs.
The hustle continues with Thigh Stop.
What? Is that real? Okay, wait. So Wingstop is saying there's a chicken wing shortage. So now they're doing Thigh Stop. So they're doing. I don't know if that's true or not. First of all, have you tried to go get any chicken wings lately? Where's the shortage? Because
I had them yesterday for dinner.
So did I. I had them yesterday and I had them over the weekend. And I bought them myself. Where's the shortage? It's a national but I don't know where it is. I mean, I think we are blessed to not feel this national chicken wing shortage, but I don't know where that's happening. So I think that's got to be a joke, right? That can't be true.
No, it's real.
That they're really doing that? They're making a Thigh Stop now? So I don't know anything about, like, is Wingstop, that's all they do is chicken wings? Like they don't have any other parts.
Nope.
That's it. That's all you walk in there and that's all you get.
Drums or flats.
It's not like these restaurants where you'll walk in and it's how, I don't know who started it, but like when you go to a burger place and they got chicken. Hold on a second. Chicken's not a burger. I need you to focus. Focus, people. Just focus. Well, no, there are people that come in that, no, it's a burger place. Just focus on the burgers. That's all I'm asking. Remember the good old days when you opened up a place and you called it, this is a place where you're only going to get burger, and that's what you got. That's what we focused on. It was hyper-focused. The best burgers came from burger places, not ones that sold 7 other different types of things. I'm not saying that any of you that do that right now, you're going to one that, I'm not saying you're bad. I'm not saying that your burgers are not. All I'm suggesting is that there was a time when, and then all of a sudden the chickens it would sneak in. Seems like chicken ruins everything, doesn't it? I mean, ultimately, if you're thinking about foods that ruin people's good time, it's always the chicken. The chicken seems to sneak into everything. Like frog's legs. Why can't frog's legs just taste like frog legs? They always have to taste like chicken. Chicken always has to be in on everything. Think about it. Everywhere you go, it's sneaking in. Oh, I don't like pork sausages. We got chicken sausage. But what? Why? You see how they do that? Chickens are like, I don't know. Unless you have one focus on the chicken. A Chick-fil-A doesn't sell burgers, right? Right? Do they? No. And ask America, what's your number one place to go when you want to get something like that? Christian chicken. That's where you go. You go to Chick-fil-A, right? It's number one. That's what they do. They don't do anything else. See? We're making progress
Maybe
here.
Chick-fil-A should do wings.
No, you're missing the point. They've got their focus, and it's focused on the chicken, and everybody loves it. Give me some Christian chicken. Let's go. But it's like for some reason, burgers have this thing. It's like, I got to put a chicken in there. Why do you do that? All right, 239-479-5592. Hey, good news for Jake or weird news for Jake. Coming up, the mystery of Jeff Bezos being launched into space and never coming back again in this this thing that we talked about a little yesterday that we got a kick out of. There's more Jeff Bezos news out there. I don't know if Jake knows this or not, but I'll just put the headline out there maybe and just kind of let it marinate as we move on. I want to wait. Jake's on the phone, so I want him to hear this, so maybe I'll wait for a second. Cape Coral is banning walking or fishing under bridges not built for safe access. That's the headline in the news press. But then when you read the story, it's something completely different. The Cape Coral City Council voted to ban people from trespassing at canal bridges that have not been designed and constructed for safe access. I mean, safe access like being underneath the bridge. That's a weird because yesterday somebody saw this story and they asked and they said, Cape Coral City Council voted to ban people from trespassing at canal bridges that have not been designed and constructed for safe access. Safe access, you mean, is there a bridge that doesn't have safe access underneath the bridge? Like, what does that mean, safe access? You would assume that every bridge is safe. You would hope the access would be safe. I think they're talking about just people who go and go fishing or just like walk underneath bridges. Which seems like if you live in Cape Coral, even if you live in areas, even in Collier County, places that are out, maybe, where would that be? Would that be past Golden? I'd like to say past Golden Gate or the Estates, but the problem is it's so built up, it's not like that anymore, right? Are there even areas in Collier that you can go to where you can walk and find places to fish? And I guess there are, right, near 75. But so they're banning you from, I guess, fishing or swimming or... Man, there are people that still swim in those canals, huh? Or even walking near the bridges. And there was only 2 council people that were like, well, hold on a second. This is what everybody did this when you were a kid. How many times I remember coming to Cape Coral in the late 70s when my grandfather first moved down here and all the different places you would go, the bridges you would fish under and walk under. And it was just... But I guess, so now what's happening is the complaint is not that it's unsafe. It's just, and as you read into the article, you start to see now what's happening is the Cape getting more and more built out. And people don't like the fact that there are, kids going underneath the bridge and going fishing, and then they leave like a pop bottle or something like that. I said pop bottle. I think that's the first time I've ever used the word pop instead of soda, like a soda can. I just said pop. But is there more? So one of the, who is it? Dan Shepard said it's not about rules and keeping people out from underneath these overpasses and the community getting frustrated because there's fish hooks. I mean, the way it's being described, is this... Jacob, do you ever go fishing? Did you when you were a kid, or do you like going fishing underneath these overpasses? Do you know people that do this?
I mean, I see some people
Yeah.
a lot, quite often.
Right. And so what we're hearing about is like one person in particular who's saying when they go out and they see it, it's general nuisance because it's litter, it's rubbish, it's people leaving fish hooks and bloody fish, and then the animal issues. Well, these are close to people's homes. So the complaint is as the Cape's getting more and more built out, that there aren't these little places that you can go that are out there in the middle of nowhere in the Cape, like it used to be, like the Yucatan, when people would go out there and it was like, you just kind of disappear out there if you would go to hang out, and now it's all built up, and so they don't like all of this coming to their neighborhood. One, I guess it was, who was it, Councilman Dan Shepard said it's not the rules that we need. They took 25 police officers and put them in schools, never replaced the officers, saying they're 50 officers shy of what they should have for a city of that size. It's an interesting argument there. Is it true? All I see is in the article from the news press is everybody saying, no. That's not what it is. It's got nothing to do with that. It's just people going underneath these overpasses and just making a total mess of them and disregard. And they shouldn't be under there anyway. I want to get back to the whole issue of 50 officers shy of what the city needs for that size. Is that true? Is that can we talk a little bit more about that? Because we just did a whole segment on being concerned about the amount of officers and keeping safety within the city. And so just interesting article there. I'm just keeping an eye on that. All right, 239-479-5592. Yeah, my son loves going fishing. Man, he spent a lot of time going fishing yesterday. And absolutely, you know what he catches I don't know if I've talked about this before. Jake, have you ever seen what a gar looks like?
Sure have.
Man, that needs to be nowhere near my son, my face, anywhere. Those things are, what in the world is that? It's like half alligator, half fish.
It's a dinosaur fish.
And can you eat those things?
Yeah, I do believe so.
You can? I mean, you wouldn't eat them out of these. Certainly, you're not going to eat them out of a lake.
Probably not.
But probably not. Definitely not. I'm just saying. Is that, I don't know if that's an Italian thing or, because growing up, it was, you would see different, I know I had cousins who would see different animals or different fish, and that was always the first thing they'd ask. Hey, can you eat that? I don't know if that's a thing or if that's just maybe it's just my family thing. All right. You were on the phone, and I wanted to tell you about an update from a story we had yesterday about Jeff Bezos and being launched into space and not coming back. A petition, at the time it was at 48,000 people signed this petition to not have Jeff Bezos come back. The internet is a very strange place. Here's a tease for Jake coming up next hour. He's going to be very excited about this. I might even talk about it at the beginning of the hour. There's even more of an online petition going on. And wait till you hear the latest one. It's gone viral. It's on YouTube. It's on TikTok. It's on everything. Has to do with Jeff Bezos. And it's a bigger topic, but I'll read the headline. You ready? And then we'll talk about it next hour. Why do people want Jeff Bezos to buy and eat the Mona Lisa? Every major publication across the country, USA Today, Business Standard, Reuters, the New York Post, everybody has this headline somewhere. Not explained that way, but the internet wants Jeff Bezos to buy the Mona Lisa and eat it. There's a bigger story here. There is. There's a bigger story, I promise. Did you know about that?
I did not know.
It's crazy. This is what the internet does. All right, so we're gonna get to that. You know, something else that's going on that I kind of want to dig into, because believe me, that Mona Lisa story and Jeff Bezos leads into something that's a lot more serious. and I'm going to make the case because people want to know, why is it that rich people, super rich, uber rich, multi-billionaires, why don't they do things crazy with their money? Like the craziest thing you can imagine. You know, if you have that kind of money, that's the point, right? A Jeff Bezos, why not just buy the Mona Lisa and eat it? Why not, I don't know, think of the most craziest thing. Buy McDonald's and change them all to Shakes or Us, and all they serve is the McShakes that everybody loves at St. Patrick's.
Idea.
That's it.
They're always broken.
That's it. Just shakes. You know, crazy things like that. Why don't they? But there's a serious part to that story I'll get to, I promise. Also, there's another story that I wanted to mention about the trans Olympic athlete that has come up. Just wanted to comment on that and how it is that we are at this place now where we're going to have a New Zealand transgender weightlifter, a biological male that's going to compete now in the Olympics. And, well, number one, man, talk about where the focus is going to be in the Olympics. If you never really cared too much about women's weightlifting, I'm just saying that you're going to have people that are really going to hyper-focus on this. And what's the more to this story? And there is, obviously. And then also what I wanted to talk about coming up is the NCAA story, too. I don't know if you heard about this, but now I guess you're going to have NCAA athletes that are going to be able to maybe possibly earn a paycheck. Is that what this is? Opening up the door? And some of what the Supreme Court had to say about it, that I'm not sure if that's exactly what's going to happen, but man, the NCAA is not above the law. That's a big statement. And Justice Kavanaugh was the one who made that statement. And so there are more details there we'll get to. 239-479-5592. DrewSteele.com is the website. Steele has 3 E's if you want to watch. It's Daybreak 92.5. Fox News right all along. Let's find out what's going on with traffic right now. Up to the minute, here's Therese O'Shea.
Good morning. Right now, keeping an eye on a crash in Alva along Palm Beach Boulevard at Cook Lane. Not causing any roadblock. Just watch out for some deputies on scene trying to get that cleared up off the side of the road. Looking good right now along 75 throughout Lee County. A little bit busy on the interstate south of Corkscrew Road, heading down toward Immokalee Road. Getting very busy right now in both directions on the interstate there. Our bridge commute between the Cape and Fort Myers up to speed on both the Cape Coral and Midpoint bridges, and no major slowdowns out on the Sanibel Causeway. Taking you about 4 or 5 minutes in each direction to cross right now. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
After a humid start to the day, look for temperatures warming to near 93 degrees this afternoon with heat index values ranging between 100 to 108 degrees. Spotty storms for this afternoon becoming a bit more widespread in nature for tomorrow with a high of 92 for your Wednesday. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Who will help you get there? You've spent years working, taking care of your kids, saving money, and now you're nearing retirement. Or maybe you're already retired. Now it's your turn. You get to decide where to go next. Will your retirement include travel? Do you have a guide to help you get there? Bob Grace has helped hundreds of families create their retirement roadmap. Don't let financial limitations take you off course in retirement. Bob wants you to have the retirement you've worked so hard for. Come in and meet with Bob and his team. They'll help you create a retirement roadmap that's tailored to your lifestyle and long-term financial goals. Call today at 239-249-8888 and schedule a visit. 239-249-8888 or visit retirewithgrace.com. Firm offers insurance services. Investment advisory services offered only by duly registered individuals through AE Wealth Management, LLC.
For professional roofing, the name you need to know is D.R. Martineau.
Dan Martineau from D.R. Martineau Roofing.
Storm season is approaching. Avoid complications with your insurance company. Sign up for our free pre-season and post-season roof assessment plan. Just Google DRM Roofing.
License number CCC 1326954.
For professional roofing, the name you need to know is D.R. Martineau.
Hey, we've got my friend Dave Meister on the phone, of course, with the Floor Meisters, the family-owned Floor Meisters in Naples. And Dave, listen, I know you got a lot of things going on. You're selling a lot of cord tech. That's great, but you got this 8,000 square foot showroom with a selection of carpet that is absolutely unbelievable as well. And the prices right now are pretty amazing. So I hear you got this whole thing going on with Dreamweaver carpets.
Well, we have the Dreamweaver Select, which is this is $3.99 carpet pad and labor, but this has a lifetime warranty for pet stains, abrasive wear, and even for steps, a stair warranty. Nobody's ever had that before.
Listen, if you haven't been to the Floor Meisters, you really owe it to yourself to visit their store, 6281 Naples Boulevard, right next to Costco. Whether it's tile, laminate, hardwood, or, of course, carpet, they've got it all. So give them a call today, 239-596-4964, or on the web at floormeisters.com.
This is Mike Roberts, Vice President at Mortgage Warehouse, Southwest Florida's mortgage price leader and home of the no closing cost mortgage. No points, no hidden fees, no loan costs, period. If the mortgage you have right now was done prior to COVID-19, you should call us for a free review. At Mortgage Warehouse, we understand how frustrating it can be to make your mortgage payment month after month, and the loan balance just doesn't seem to go down. The payment is mostly interest, but we can help with that. We can combine near record low mortgage rates with our local no closing cost program to improve your mortgage payment right away. You do not have to roll any closing costs into your loan balance to get these ultra low mortgage rates. You can apply online at mortgagewarehouse.com or call 313-5000. That's 313-5000. MortgageWarehouse.com.
Certain restrictions apply. NMLS ID 137154. Equal housing lender.
At Johnson Spinal Care 596 Back, I strive to offer the highest level of care for those suffering with back and neck problems. With unparalleled service and our award-winning non-surgical spinal decompression approach, thousands of people have chosen us to treat their back or neck problems. If you are seeking lasting relief that is proven effective without needles or surgery, then call today to see if you may be a candidate. This completely safe treatment can be effective for many conditions, including sciatica, ruptured or herniated discs, facet syndrome, compressed nerves, arthritis, and spinal stenosis. Additionally, people who had failed back surgery in the past often find incredible relief from spinal decompression. At Johnson Spinal Care, all our treatments are drug-free and non-surgical. We use new and comprehensive approaches that provide lasting relief. Johnson Spinal Care is here to serve you. Call our Medicare-friendly office today for an immediate, no-charge telephone consultation. 596-BACK. 596-BACK. That's 596-2225.
License number CCC 1333045.
Storm safety starts at the top. When the wind and rain come, count on Crown Residential Services to make certain your roof is storm ready. After all, it should never rain inside your house. Crown offers repairs, replacement, free estimates, and the Crown Guard maintenance program, so you can be prepared and stay prepared. Is your roof ready? Not sure? Count on Crown. Call 855-CROWN-55. That's 855-CROWN-55. Make sure your biggest investment is absolutely protected. Call 855-CROWN-55.
Hi, I'm Ty Laster, Managing Partner and CEO of Key City Capital. So why are we here in Southwest Florida? Well, at KCAP, our mission is to connect capital to wealth for all of our partners through passive real estate investments. And very simply, we generate and distribute double-digit returns for our investors by investing in single-family homes and apartments and unique alternative cash-flowing asset-backed investments.
Call us today at 239-330-2080 or check us out online today at kcap925.com.
This is 92.5 Fox News.
It underscores how bad things got. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. A government report out today on nursing homes in the pandemic.
A new report from the Inspector General of Health and Human Services is aimed at being the most comprehensive one yet on some of the most vulnerable victims in the U.S. during the COVID pandemic. It says deaths for Medicare patients in nursing homes jumped by 32% over the year before.
That's Fox's Jill Nato. The report also says 4 in 10 Medicare recipients in nursing homes either got COVID or likely had it. The number of Americans 65 and older now fully vaccinated tops 77%. More than 6 in 10 people 12 and up have had at least one COVID vaccine dose. There's a vote today at the Senate trying to move election reform forward. Democratic leader Chuck Schumer says it's needed to combat new Republican-led state voting laws.
These policies have one purpose and one purpose only: making it harder for younger, poorer, non-white, and typically Democratic voters to access the ballot.
Republicans call the reform, already passed by House Democrats, a federal election takeover, and they have the votes to block the bill in the Senate. The new U.S. offer for talks with North Korea anywhere, anytime appear to be going nowhere. Fox's Simon Owen has more live.
Dave, one of North Korea's top officials, Kim Yo-jong, the sister of the country's leader Kim Jong-un, says the U.S. risks being plunged into a greater disappointment as the Biden administration attempts to resume diplomacy. In a blunt statement, Kim says American officials appear to have misinterpreted North Korean signals. The U.S. has offered to restart talks on the North's nuclear weapons. Kim Jong-un says he'll prepare for both dialogue and confrontation. Dave?
Simon, Iran's angry at the U.S., alleging interference after the State Department called its presidential election last week manufactured, not free or fair. America's listening to Fox News.
The story.
92.5 WFSX Estero. It's 7 o'clock on Southwest Florida's news and talk station, 92.5 Fox News.
This update is presented by Lee Auto Group. Find your perfect vehicle at lee-cars.com.
Wink News. Traffic.
Good morning. Tracking delays southbound on 75 through Colonial Boulevard right now. Heading through Fort Myers. Watch for those speeds slowing down around 40 miles per hour. But once you get past Colonial toward Daniels Parkway, everything clears up and run is up to speed out there. Looking good right now along State Road 82 and Lee Boulevard into Lehigh Acres. But we do have a crash just north of Lee Boulevard at Abrams and Banning Street. So watch out for some roadblock on Abrams for a crash with no injury. Should be getting wrapped up shortly. And another crash in Alva still causing a little bit of trouble right off of State Road 80, not too far from Cook Lane, just across the street there. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Teresa O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
High humidity sticks around for this afternoon with temperatures warming into low to even middle 90s. Heat index values hot, ranging between 100 to even up to 108 degrees today. Spotty storms possible as we head into especially this afternoon and into this evening, calming down into tonight with temperatures only set to cool down to the middle 70s, waking up on your Wednesday morning. Another warm day for tomorrow with a high of 92 degrees and a slightly higher chance to see some thunderstorms. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
More delightful than driving a convertible Bentley while wearing mink underpants. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Hi, I'm Kyle Lee with Lee Auto Group. We want your car, truck, van, or SUV today. We are paying top dollar for clean vehicles. Before you sell or trade, call Lee Auto Group to get the most money for your car. Lee Auto Group, lee-cars.com. Don't forget the dash.
Lee Auto Group is looking for quality pre-owned vehicles. Let them make your buying or selling experience easy and safe. Contact Lee Auto Group at 239-288-7374 or visit lee-cars.com.
Don't forget the dash.
Jason and Todd with the Diamond District are giving you a free pair of 1-carat total weight diamond stud earrings this weekend only with your purchase of a Verragio engagement or wedding ring priced at $2,500 or more during their Verragio Trunk Show. Jason and Todd are also offering 12 months interest-free financing.
Hi, I'm Keith, the owner of Storm Shield Windows and Doors in North Fort Myers. And when it comes to hurricane windows and doors, you have two choices, Storm Shield and all the rest. Here's what our client Lauren had to say.
Our windows made a difference in terms of how our house looked. So it looked 30 years old with our old windows. And now that we have our new Storm Shield windows, they look totally different. Our coastal look is coming along. We definitely have other projects to do, but the look alone of these windows has definitely improved our house. We have more energy efficient windows than we had before. It's quiet, and we definitely know in the event of a storm that we're safe and secure.
Storm Shield's windows and doors reduce the exterior noise by up to 80%, and our clients typically see an average energy savings of 40%. Why choose Storm Shield? Because everyone deserves the best. Call us today at 239-491-7002 or visit stormshieldSWFL.com.
Hey, it's Jake DeMolino here from Daybreak to talk about AMCO of Bonita Springs. Everyone's been affected by the pandemic, and I was definitely no exception. But here's the thing. I had an issue, a well-known issue, a lot of you know about. Kevin and Todd came to the rescue, effectively giving me my life back. They put their expertise to work on my transmission that was completely shot. His master mechanic told me that it was probably the worst transmission he's seen in his 30 years of working. And let me tell you, he knocked it out of the park. He helped me, and I'm sure he can help you as well. AMCO of Bonita Springs has been trusted in Southwest Florida since 2008. They've been through pandemics, recessions, you name it. They're located right off of Burnwood Drive in Bonita, an independent, conservative AMCO dealer whose award-winning customer service speaks for itself. They work on all makes and models, and they don't just do transmissions. They can do oil changes, normal maintenance, tires, you name it. For those of you out there with classic cars, there's no one I could trust more than Kevin and Todd with something I know you cherish and is so near and dear to you. So give Kevin and Todd a call at AMCO of Bonita Springs. 239-992-2626. 239-992-2626.
Being involved in a legal dispute can leave you feeling like you've lost control. I'm Eli Anajar from the law offices of Anajar and Levine. Understanding the law and the rules of evidence can mean the difference between winning or losing your case. If you are involved in a legal dispute and are not sure of your options, call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733 for a free consultation. And take back control of your life.
Offices Fort Myers and Naples.
From 92.5 Fox News.
It's the stuff Southwest Florida is talking about.
It's Daybreak. Now, here's the guy at the epicenter of what's important to those of us who live in Southwest Florida. Drew Steele.
Hey, good morning, Southwest Florida. Glad you're here. 239-479-5592. The talk and text line streaming live. DrewSteele.com is the website. Steele has 3 E's. We do appreciate you watching. All right, coming up, let's see. Why is Barack Obama getting involved with voting rights? The voting rights bill must pass before the next election. Really? Why is Stacey Abrams talking about, hey, listen, I never said anything wrong with voter ID. What's the matter with that? That seems legit. I mean, why are you saying that I said something that I never said? Wait a minute. Hold on a second. Because you did. So what's going on here? Like, why is it that all of a sudden we're starting to hear things like this? Like Stacey Abrams saying, all right, listen, the voter ID, yeah, all right, I'm for it. We're all for it, right? Who's for it? You guys are for it, right? Everybody's okay. Picture right. That's no problem. The progressives, liberals, the left, Democrats, the media, all the same. They don't do this without a purpose and a reason, right? So what is it? We'll talk about that coming up. As well as, listen, I guess I'll just come out and say it. A baby, 15 weeks. A child, 15 weeks. And the president has absolutely no problem with you taking that life. A 15-week-old baby. Take it. Take the life. Jen Psaki says no problem here. Yep, I have the audio, and we'll talk about that and get your thoughts. And that's out there. Yeah, there's like this battle going on with the Catholic Church as well when it comes to communion and abortion and the like. And who was it? Democrat Ted Lieu in California was saying, listen, I believe in all of that. I believe in reproductive rights, and I believe in right down the line and the LGBTQ community and all of these different things. And I'm going to church, and you take away my communion. I dare you to take it away. Like, how? Who? What? How do you say? I dare you? That's an odd position to take for people when it comes to the Catholic Church, for example. If the Catholic Church says the abortion is wrong and there's the question, same-sex marriage, and biblical principles, and you come along and go, you got the wrong Bible, my friend. I dare you to. Maybe it's you. I'm just suggesting. I don't know. It just seems. Maybe it's me. It seems an odd position to take. Joe Biden and others. I don't know. It's like. Anyway, we could talk about that in just a bit. 239-479-5592. I have to get to this because I teased it, and I think it's important for Jake to know that yesterday he was following what has to be the Twitterverse, who I guess make the rules. Did you know that Twitter makes the rules? Did you know that social media, they kind of run the show? That's just the way it is. If the Twitterverse says we need to legitimately have a petition to keep Jeff Bezos in space, like you're not allowed to come back, launched into space. What is that? I wonder what that's up to. Yesterday it was at 48,000 signatures for this petition.
75,000.
But I don't understand is, look, we're going someplace with this. Just follow me. What I don't understand is, what's their suggestion? That who are they going to go to? What entity is going to go, 75,000 people want him to stay up there. I mean, hey, Joe, yeah, you know the button you're supposed to push to bring him back? Yeah, just don't push the button. Like, what do you, I mean, it's a joke, obviously, but there's no end game. It's just, it's just a goof.
You void his passport, so when he comes back, he has no place to stay. He has to go back to space.
Is that what the angle is?
That was my angle.
I've been trying to figure out what in the world is the angle of all of these people signing a petition that he's not allowed to come back. And that's the angle. That he comes back, we take away his visa. He's not allowed. Like there's what a space passport. What is it?
I'm guessing
you have no world citizenship. There's no place for you to go. That is bizarre. And it just listen. It gets better or worse if you want. Here you go. Why do people want Jeff Bezos to buy and eat the Mona Lisa? An online petition that started as a joke has gone viral, becoming a kind of performance art piece all its own. At press, it had 10,500 signatures, and that was how many days ago? I don't even want to know what it. Yeah, that was like 3 days ago. What is it now? Nobody has eaten the Mona Lisa, and we feel Jeff Bezos needs to take a stand and make this happen. Since the Mona Lisa was painted by Da Vinci in the early 1500s, people have stolen it, copied it, thrown a teacup at it, but no one's ever eaten it. And so now they're like, listen, let's get him to buy it so that he can eat it. I wonder if is the Louvre sitting there and going, for the right price. I mean, I don't know. Is it? Because if you're thinking about all the artwork in the world and the most famous piece of art in the world, can't we just all agree that the Mona Lisa is like the most overrated piece of art? Have you ever seen it close up? It's not as big. I don't know how big you think it is, but it's not very big. And it's I don't know. Why is it so impressive? Like what is it about the Mona Lisa? Right? Nobody knows. So if you're going to eat one, it's probably the one to eat. But then people, I talked about this as a goof yesterday with some friends, and they were like, well, why is it that rich people, like uber rich, like Bezos and Tesla man, Elon Musk, why don't they do crazy things with their money? Like somebody said, I don't know, you buy the Eiffel Tower and then put your face on the top that revolves around like a head or something like that, or buy another piece of art and like. You could do anything you want with the money. You could do the most ridiculous things. I mean, we don't give anybody ideas, but why don't they? They can.
It's pretty ridiculous. He's going to space to sightsee. So,
well, I mean, it's about being one of the first. There's a little more to the space thing, but still, they don't. You notice that? It's an interesting phenomenon. If I am school class president, every water fountain's going to have Kool-Aid out of it. Whatever, you know what I'm saying?
We said those things.
Right, we said that, right. So, and when you were a kid, you were sitting around and saying, if I was the richest person in the world, I would have hamburgers delivered to my house every 5 minutes. No pickles. Because everybody knows that pickles they belong on the side. They don't belong on the burger. But isn't it interesting that you don't hear the crazy? And I'm not suggesting, but the story, as funny as it is, and it's a joke, and like what else? Think of the most outrageous. Like, what are the other most outrageous things that you could possibly do? If you had $100 billion and you were to purchase the Mona Lisa with $1 billion, or you were to purchase, I don't know, pick something else iconic and just spend money on it, you'd have to believe in this world that whoever had ownership of it could say, man, if we had $1 billion, there's a lot of things we could do with this building and the street. And it's just a Mona Lisa. I mean, everybody's got a picture of it someplace. You've seen it 1,000,000 times. It's not that impressive. It's just weird stuff that. But it reminded me of another story, a little more serious. And I don't know, maybe we'll have people text 239-479-5592. Maybe like, if you had $100 billion, if you were Jeff Bezos, what's like the most outrageous thing you think that you could do with that money? That's pretty funny. But it reminded me of something that has a serious side. And it's this. You know, the BlackRock has been talked a lot lately in the news. BlackRock, an investment firm, buys all kinds of investments and has it's institutional investors, right? You think of all these different institutional investors like BlackRock, and they are part of pension funds, and BlackRock has come up in the news recently, and I talked about it yesterday, because if you had a lot of money, what would you do with it? And think about the things, obviously, as some do, and Jeff Bezos is one of them, and the things that you can do with lots of money. George Soros is probably somebody you could think of who's got tons and tons of money, who would like to see, I don't know, maybe capitalism, the free market go away because it's evil and it's time for that great reset. You know, the kind of things that you think about that are silly you would do with billions of dollars, like eating the Mona Lisa. But what about the serious things that you can do, like buy DAs across the country and maybe even in a municipality near you to kind of do this great reset on policing and what you believe should be happening in communities, not to build them up and help, but to actually destroy those communities, to tear them down so that they will be reimagined in the future, you know, this great reset. But BlackRock has been somebody that's been talked about recently as well. BlackRock has been buying up homes. Talk about what you can do with a lot of money. Buying up not just homes, but communities. Whole communities. Many, many, many homes. And I talked about this, and I didn't get into enough detail the last time we talked about it. But again, something that you always have to worry about happening in a community near you. In a marketplace like we have now, where you can't go to a home builder and say, I'd like to choose these windows, and I'd like to have this height ceiling, and I'd like to have this carpet. And the builder's like, are you kidding me? Do you see how hot the market is right now? We have inventory. We'll call you when there's a house available. And if you don't buy it and bid it at the right price, somebody else is going to take it. So it's a take it or leave it proposition. How do you keep skyrocketing home prices the way they are right now at a peak all the time, while at the same time creating community in a completely different way, possibly even doing something like a great reset where you can actually destroy the middle class? I know this sounds outrageous, but think about it. With the kind of money that you have as like a BlackRock has, where they are, through pensions and other things, that they are making the investments now in not companies or anything like that, but communities, buying up full housing complexes, streets, buying up blocks of homes from builders at sometimes 20 to 30% premiums, maybe even 50%. What if you were doing that for other purposes? And this was the tweet that I was talking about last week, and I wanted to repeat this again because this is a very sober look at what is happening right now. You know, the best way to make sure that you have control over people is to make sure, especially if you want to destroy the free market capitalism, this country and our foundation, is to take away from the citizenry some of those things that they aspire to, like owning a home. If you're always priced out of a market to own a home in the future, and the only thing you can do is rent, that's all you'll have. You will never look at that dream of home ownership again. The best you'll be able to do is to be able to rent a home, and in which case the middle class will be destroyed. Listen to this. This was a tweet that was sent out, and I don't know the person who did this, but it was about a week and a half ago. Has to do with BlackRock. They're buying every single family house they can find, paying 20 to 50% above asking price and outbidding normal home buyers. Why are corporations, pension funds, property investment groups buying entire neighborhoods out from under the middle class? Let's take a look. Homes are popping up on MLS and going under contract within hours. You see this happening in Southwest Florida. We hear about it all the time. BlackRock, among others, are buying up thousands of new homes in entire neighborhoods. Like, this is happening. This is part of the financial planning and investment management that someone like BlackRock has. They've talked about it. So who's BlackRock? The world's largest asset manager and the leading proponent of the Great Reset. They're looking to redistribute, get this, $120 trillion, the entire wealth of the world's middle class and poor combined several times over. As an example, a 124 new home neighborhood was bought in its entirety in Texas. Average Americans were outbid to a tune of $32 million. Homes sold at an average of 20% above listing. Now, the entire neighborhood is made up of what they're calling SFRs, single-family rentals. Not single-family homes, home buyers, people who own the American dream, to own that home, that this could be their investment, their nest egg. No. It's a rental now. Your potential to lowered to middle-class homeowner is positioned to be a permanent renter. It's not about owning that home. It's going to be permanently renting. It matters because the lower and middle class owning a home is the most major part of any financial success and future upward mobility, right? You buy a home, you invest in it, you have equity in that home. Soon you want to move, upward mobility. You pay off that home. You're able to do things like have future investments, have financial security. You know all of these things that are available. It's wealth redistribution, and it's not rich people's wealth that's getting redistributed. It's American middle class heading into the hands of the world's most powerful entities and individuals. The traditional financial vehicle gone forever. Home equity is the main financial element that middle-class families use to build wealth. And they're buying up all the houses. Why? Is it so that this portfolio is going to grow and this is going to be part of the portfolio? Or is there something else to this? Going back to how, if you had billions of dollars, what you would do with it. What if you were an institution who has trillions of dollars? Think about the power that trillions of dollars could bring you. And what if you don't believe in American capitalism and the free market? And what if you didn't believe that home ownership is a good thing? As a matter of fact, if you really wanted to make a fundamental change and help to make that change, you just reorganize society. You make a change to where the aspiration is to be able to rent a home in a community. Forget about ever owning it and taking that away. You'll always be a peasant, as this person said. As a permanent guaranteed renter, all of that equity, your chance of mobility is gone. And that's what the Great Reset is. I mean, is that what's happening? You know, I don't know, but it is a... Zero Hedge had the story, by the way, if you want to go check it out, zerohedge.com. But it's a compelling argument. It's an interesting argument to look at and say, is that what's happening? Are there places where we see things happening subtly, or we don't know that it's happening, but it is subtly behind the scenes, and what the motivation is to to do this? It's an interesting question. I mean, you think about some of these places, BlackRock, Vanguard, State Street, $20 trillion worth of assets. With 5 to 20% down, they can get mortgages on $130,000 to $170,000 homes every year. They can buy out homes every single year. They can compete with you. It's the same way that the federal government is competing against the marketplace for jobs. People are desperate to hire, but you're competing against the federal government. You can't win that battle. All right. 239-479-5592. All right, when we come back, transgender athletes, the Olympics, the Olympic weightlifter, I wanted to comment on that a little bit and get your thoughts. Maybe just nothing to see or everything's fine. No big deal. I don't know. We'll talk about that coming up. It's Daybreak 92.5, Fox News, right all along.
This is 92.5 Fox News. When your liberal relatives from up north come for a month, turn up 92.5 Fox News in the house, in the car, and on the radio at the beach. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
This is Mike Roberts, Vice President at Mortgage Warehouse, Southwest Florida's mortgage price leader and home of the no closing cost mortgage. No points, no hidden fees, no loan costs, period. If the mortgage you have right now was done prior to COVID-19, you should call us for a free review. At Mortgage Warehouse, we understand how frustrating it can be to make your mortgage payment month after month, and the loan balance just doesn't seem to go down. The payment is mostly interest, but we can help with that. We can combine near record low mortgage rates with our local no closing cost program to improve your mortgage payment right away. You do not have to roll any closing costs into your loan balance to get these ultra-low mortgage rates. You can apply online at mortgagewarehouse.com or call 313-5000. That's 313-5000. MortgageWarehouse.com.
Certain restrictions apply. NMLS ID 137154. Equal housing lender.
It's really a good feeling to know that when it comes to your house and all the water that is in every faucet, every place in your home, that you don't have to worry about the water smelling like chlorine or messing up your shower glass, your faucets, right, with that hard water staining, the drying out of your skin and your hair. Just imagine what that would be like. You don't have to imagine it. You can just do it. You call the Uniform Pentair Water Specialist. They can find out what's going on with your water and handle your city or well water issues. Yours, right here in Southwest Florida. With their mobile showroom, you can see for yourself that Pentair has both high-performance salt systems and salt-free solutions, too. And salt-free means no lugging in bags of salt for you, and that they can install that Pentair water system for you as well. You're going to love the way your water tastes from every faucet and the peace of mind that only a Pentair water system can give you. So call now and get your free digital Pentair water test. Save 15% on your whole home water system by calling 239-880-7799. That's 239-880-7799 or book online at PelicanWestFL.com.
People sometimes may wonder why they need a big law firm after their injury. Imagine you're on your way to work and then, bam, your whole life changes. You're injured and now you have to fight for justice. Your opponent is not the driver of the car that hit you. It's their insurance company. When you're fighting to get what you deserve, it's go big or go home. When it comes to law, size matters. We're America's largest injury law firm, Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Imagine replacing your old kitchen with the kitchen of your dreams. Brand new custom-made cabinet doors. Drawer fronts, hand-finished by true craftsmen. Designer hardware, new hinges, and everything installed beautifully in less than a week, start to finish. Expensive? No. To the contrary, with refacing by Cornerstone, you'll save so much, we should really talk about your master bathroom, too. Go for wow. Go for Cornerstone.
The pain level was over 10. There's days where I just sat and cried and asked the good Lord to take me. And my doctor recommended that I go to Good Feet and try the arch supports. So I put the arch supports in and took about 3-4 steps. Turned around and went and sat back down and started to cry. It was the first time that I had no pain.
For over 20 years, we've been helping people like Dave actually live the life they envision without their feet getting in the way.
Since then, I've been doing so many things with my children. I went hiking this last summer with my daughter, something that I never thought was possible because I couldn't walk. There's people out there that made a product that changed people's lives. I am not an actor. I am an individual father and wanted to share his testimony with other people out there about my Good Feet story.
See what we can do for you with a free personalized arch support fitting at the Good Feet store.
Call 552-FEET or visit us in Naples or our newest store in Fort Myers.
You'd think an Army veteran with a military career including multiple combat deployments throughout the Middle East would be a great American. And you'd be right. But Joe Vanderbosch also happens to be a great dentist. An Army veteran of 8 years, Dr. Joe now makes his home in Southwest Florida, where his wife Sarah grew up.
Hi, I'm Dr. Joseph Vanderbosch, Freedom Dental on Metro Parkway in Fort Myers. In the Army, I received extra training in order to provide dental care in virtually any condition. That's why I can manage many dental treatments without the need to refer to a specialist. I served my country proudly for 8 years. Now I want to serve you and your dental needs. Special discounts for former and active military without dental insurance.
Dr. Vanderbosch provides emergency care and is now accepting new patients for cleaning, extractions, crowns, implants, and more. Find them online at freedomdentalfortmyers.com. That's freedomdentalfortmyers.com. Dr. Joseph Vanderbosch. Go to freedomdentalfortmyers.com.
This break is sponsored by Cornerstone Builders. Give us the opportunity to wow you.
Wink News, traffic.
Good Tuesday morning, getting busy across Collier County. Pine Ridge Road seeing delays heading eastbound from Goodlett Frank Road through Airport Pulling Road. Slow moving on Airport as well, south of Golden Gate Parkway, right near the Naples Airport. And we're busy out on 75, heading between Collier and Lee counties in both directions, right around the county line there at mile marker 114 or so. Clear if you're heading out on Daniels Parkway through Gateway. Not too much in the way of buildups out there right now. The only crash we're watching is in Lehigh, just north of Lee Boulevard at Abrams Boulevard with a little bit of roadblock right near Banning Street. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
High humidity sticks around for this afternoon with temperatures warming into low to even middle 90s. Heat index values hot, ranging between 100 to even up to 108 degrees today. Spotty storms possible as we head into especially this afternoon and into this evening, calming down into tonight with temperatures only set to cool down to the middle 70s, waking up in your Wednesday morning. Another warm day for tomorrow with a high of 92 degrees and a slightly higher chance to see some thunderstorms. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
92.5 Fox News, making Southwest Florida great every day. 92.5 Fox News.
Inside the Trane testing facility, our heating and cooling products go through endless torture tests to ensure they can run through anything. And when we say torture, we don't take that lightly. We drop them, slam them against the wall, shake them, and then expect them to run without an extra decibel in our anechoic sound chamber. Without fail. Drop, slam, shake, silence. Drop, slam, shake, silence. And there's no end in sight. We test, so it runs.
Things are heating up, and you may notice that old AC system just isn't keeping up like it used to. It's time for you to get the Purified experience. Visit purifiedac.com to get special financing on a new system installation. Subject to credit approval, see dealer for details. Purified Air also offers free estimates and 24/7 emergency service so you can have the Purified experience when you need it the most. Visit purifiedac.com to get the Purified experience for yourself. That's purifiedac.com, license number CAC 1817070.
It's hard to stop a train.
If you've considered remodeling with the help of a good handyman or remodeler, consider reimagining your space instead with the help of a professional designer from Closet Factory. Our best designers, the ones with black belts in interior design and PhDs in bringing fuzzy ideas to sparkling reality, so your new closet or office looks how you dreamed it would and works even better. Because creating a space that's organized, intelligent, and beautiful starts with a design that's all that, from a designer that's all that. At Closet Factory, that's how we build it.
True relief for back and neck pain.
Back or neck pain is not just unpleasant, it can be debilitating, preventing you from performing your daily routine and even confining you to bed. In decades past, patients suffering from spinal issues were often just given pain medication, spinal injections, and when they did not heal, often underwent spinal surgery. Luckily, there is now another option, non-surgical spinal decompression. At Johnson Spinal Care 596 Back, we use an advanced technology to apply a completely safe unloading force to relieve nerve compression associated with bulging herniated discs, sciatica, stenosis, scoliosis, neuropathy. This award-winning approach, safe for any age, has gained international praise from physicians for its success. Complete pain relief is achievable. Johnson Spinal Care is here to serve you. Call our Medicare-friendly office today for an immediate, no-charge telephone consultation. 596-BACK. 596-BACK. That's 596-2225.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-1712. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. There is zero risk to you. If we can't reduce your tax debt, then you pay nothing. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have a 5-star rating on Google and Yelp and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-1712. That's 800-575-1712. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
We'll buy your car today, on the spot, and pay you $500 more than anyone else. It's the ultimate buyback event at Sutherland Nissan Fort Myers and Sutherland Nissan Cape Coral. 4 days only. Market conditions and a record month have caused a massive demand for your used vehicle, allowing Sutherland to pay more than ever for trade-ins. Up to 130% book value and $500 more than any other written offer. No purchase necessary. Sutherland Nissan will buy your car outright. You don't need to buy one of our cars. Bring your vehicle to Sutherland and get paid up to 130% value today. Hurry, this event ends 7 p.m. Sunday. It's the ultimate buyback event at Sutherland Nissan Fort Myers and Sutherland Nissan Cape Coral. Nobody in Florida pays you more for your old car than Sutherland. Sutherland Nissan Fort Myers and the all-new Sutherland Nissan Cape Coral, your used car megastore. Online at flnissan.com. If you don't shop Sutherland, you'll pay too much.
See dealer for details.
Ty Lassiter here with Key City Capital. And we're super excited to be growing roots right here in Southwest Florida and are looking forward to being a part of this community for years to come. So why are we Key City Capital here in Southwest Florida? Well, at KCAP, our mission is to connect capital to wealth for all our clients and partners through passive real estate and alternative investments. Very simply, we generate and distribute double-digit returns for our investors by investing in single-family homes and apartments and unique alternative cash-flowing asset-backed investments.
If you're looking for significant returns from real estate and alternative investments without any risk of loss to your principal and without all the work of collecting rent or worrying about stock market volatility, call us today at 239-330-2080. That's 239-330-2080. 239-330-2080. Or check us out online today at kcap925.com. That's kcap925.com.
Hannity at 3 and drive home with Trey Radel at 5. Now, back to Drew Steele on 92.5 Fox News.
239-479-5592, the talk and text line streaming live. DrewSteele.com is the website. Steele has 3 E's, excuse me. Coming up at 7:50, it's the top 5 audio clips of the day is the 5 at 8:35. Coming up at 7:50 is Drew's College of Political Knowledge. 4 questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you earn a PhD. Sorry about that. I got my times all messed up. So that's coming up. Hope you'll play, have a little fun with us. Drew's College on the way. Raiders defensive end Carl Nassib becomes the first active NFL player to come out as gay. 239-479-55. I'm sorry, I don't know. Is it okay? So I guess it's just the fact that somebody actually has come out as an active player as being gay, and because Jake and I, the two of us were talking during the break about this, and maybe you have a thought on this, maybe you don't. It's number one, the first thing that comes to my mind is for what the NFL has been in existence for 50 plus years. You don't think there's been no, there has been. It's just somebody that hasn't come out as gay. Okay. Are they good? Can they play? Oh, what else? I guess it's just the first person to actually say it. And cause I'm looking around and it's just, it's pretty much a ho-hum announcement. Now, the Laurel Hubbard announcement, the New Zealand weightlifter, who has competed in men's events in the past, is going to become the first transgender competitor to qualify to be on the country's women's weightlifting team for Tokyo 2020. And now that's a whole other story. So someone who is qualified in the past, and again, and I can't say, you have to say this all the time because people pick and choose the audio clips that they want to hear and what they want to listen to. And the fact of the matter is, here's breaking news. Here you go. Breaking news. You ready?
Breaking news.
A bombshell.
You can disagree with somebody's lifestyle and you can disagree with somebody's choice and not hate them and not be hate-filled. It's possible. It's more than possible. It is. And so just because I disagree with your lifestyle doesn't mean I hate you, doesn't mean I have any ill feelings towards you, doesn't mean I wish you... No, that's not the case at all. You can do both. And a biological male competing in the Olympics, number one, it's going... listen, if you didn't care and nobody cared about women's weightlifting before, well, you've just elevated the sport. Everybody's going to be looking now. Right, that's the first thing. What?
That's what he's competing in? Or whatever? Weightlifting?
Yeah.
Great.
Women's weightlifting. And someone who has qualified for men's events in the past. And, it's a biological male competing in a female sport. And what? Yes, Jake has a question.
Former events. Are you referring to Olympic events as a male?
I don't know if it's Olympic event. No, just competed in men's. Look, one of two things are going to happen. By the way, in 2015, they changed the rules. And in case you're wondering, the IOC changed it to allow transgender athletes to compete as long as their testosterone level is below a certain level and maintained for a year. The determining criteria, a maximum reading of 10 nanomoles per liter of testosterone is at least 5 times more than a biological woman. So you maintain it for a year, but then what happens during competition? Okay, anyway. The point is, right, one of two things is going to happen. You have a 43-year-old biological male that's going to compete, that's going to just completely just destroy the sport as far as anyone competing, and is going to win hands down. And it's going to prove the point that many people have talked about. It's not even going to be close, thereby also denying, remember, any spot, any place that this biological male comes in will deny somebody else not only the chance to medal, but also a chance to possibly be on the team. There are a lot of implications here. And if they don't get a medal, then you have to see, then there'll be excuses. 43 years old, a little too old. There's going to be all kinds of things that will come up that will be excuses, but the biggest answer to the question will not be answered. And I don't know who I've heard from other Olympic competitors talking about this in other countries, and they're like, this is making a mockery of the sport. This is not good. This is not a positive. So, it remains to be seen how this all goes down. The other story that I'm a little more concerned about is this from the Daily Wire: a transgender Olympic athlete that qualified as an alternate. So this is not going to be the only transgender, the Olympics, an alternate to represent the U.S., the United States, at this year's Summer Olympics, said last year that the goal was to win and then burn the American flag on the Olympic podium. BMX freestyle rider Chelsea Wolfe wrote in a Facebook post unearthed by Fox News, "My goal is to win the Olympics so I can burn the U.S. flag on the podium." There's a link to an article. And so... By the way, it was a far-left blog that was included in this link and attacked the Trump administration and how this is what they focus on during a pandemic, hurting trans children. Wolf claimed in a statement that anyone who thinks the post suggested hatred of America is sorely mistaken, despite Wolf's statement noting a desire to burn the American flag on the world stage while representing the U.S. and claiming that that's not true. I guess the point is, the bigger point is the one that I really do want to focus on in these stories. And, it's simple. Somehow we're going to have to get through to everyone that just because you disagree with somebody's lifestyle doesn't mean they hate you, doesn't mean they despise you, doesn't mean they don't want to be anywhere near you, doesn't mean they don't want fill in the blank. That's not the case. And stop making that the case, because it's not. That you can do that. That's what many people believe in. And that's what becomes so divisive, is that it's all or nothing. And that's not what it is. And you can do both. And I wish we can communicate that better. Well, no, we actually do. It's just how it's accepted. All right, 239-479-5592. Do we have time to go to a call? No, I don't. No, we don't. Yeah, we do. All right. Tim's in Sarasota. Quickly wanted to take a call. Wanted to comment on last break that we had. What do you got? You got a robot? What is all that beeping and stuff? Are you at the supermarket, or are you running some?
Sorry, I'm in the.
Are you there, Tim?
Drew, I'm sorry.
Oh, no worries. Tim, all right, Tim wanted to comment on BlackRock. Go ahead, Tim.
Yeah, they're buying the houses and they're basically forcing, they're forcing everybody to rent. Yeah. So where I grew up in Arkansas, we had forced busing, where we had an elementary school down the street from our house, and we grew up kind of poor middle class, I guess. Anyway, I could have gone to a school, walked to my elementary school, but I was forced to get on a bus and drive for 45 minutes to an hour to go into the inner city. And this was an experiment that they did in Little Rock, Arkansas for years, and it was devastating to children to leave their neighborhood.
So
into another place.
Okay, what do we? How does this? What are you talking about with the BlackRock and the investment?
It's the same thing with the BlackRock. They're going to buy houses and they're going to force people to live.
Well, the concern,
in an area.
and I see what you're saying, and many people have made that point that this re-changing or reimagining the country and changing the demographics of certain areas is something that the Obama administration has talked about, and even the Biden administration talks about. To your point, and thanks for the call, Tim. I appreciate it. Right, that there is this idea of listen, if you can't, when it comes to gerrymandering and the issues of redistricting and how that has come up many times, the concerns about the wealth in specific communities, how do you change the demographics of specific areas so that, let's just say, you don't want to lose elections, you certainly can do that. The suggestion is by changing housing and changing how communities sit. And there is a lot to be said about how you can, by changing demographics, how you can change a whole lot about the country. And that is something that openly that the Obama administration and the Biden administration has talked about. But ultimately that when I see that story, my whole concern has been how we have lost and are losing the ability to really reach out and grab for my son, your kids, and grandkids, the American dream, which is capitalism, the free market, being able to be upwardly mobile, to be able to have a home that is a nest egg that will help to be part of a portfolio of different things that you do to grow, to have that ability, and how that is going to fundamentally be taken away if we are now going to have single-family renters as opposed to single-family home buyers. And to Tim's point, that is fundamentally the kind of change that the Great Reset looks to do. And it's a different type of change than what Tim is talking about, but along the lines of changing the ability of those to be upwardly mobile. Instead, keeping people at a certain level to not be able to achieve that seems just outrageous. And how we don't recognize that. Well, many people do. And as we continue to talk about that more, you certainly do as well. 239-479-5592, the talk and text line, streaming live. DrewSteele.com is the website. All right, let's go. It's Drew's College of Political Knowledge. 4 questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you're in a PhD. We'll take caller number 5 right now at 239-479-5592. Caller 5. Let's do that. Let's play Drew's College next on Daybreak 92.5. Fox News, right all along with traffic. Here's Therese O'Shea.
Good Tuesday morning. Watching a couple of crashes in Collier County, one at Golden Gate Boulevard West and Weber Boulevard South, right off the intersection of 951 Collier Boulevard. No injuries. It looks like some delays, though, heading westbound along Golden Gate Boulevard. Another crash on SD Avenue in East Naples. No injuries there and no major delays right now. Getting busy, though, on 75 right around Immokalee Road, heading up toward Bonita Beach Road. Seeing some slowdowns as well on Daniels Parkway, westbound through Gateway Boulevard. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
After a humid start to the day, look for temperatures warming to near 93 degrees this afternoon with heat index values ranging between 100 to 108 degrees. Spotty storms for this afternoon becoming a bit more widespread in nature for tomorrow with a high of 92 for your Wednesday. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
This is Drew Steele on 92.5 Fox News.
Hi, this is Joe Cordell with the law firm Cordell & Cordell. Divorce can be complicated, especially if children are involved. If you're a father and want to protect your role in your children's lives, remember Cordell & Cordell. We've helped men with matters like these for 30 years, and we'd love to help you.
Contact Cordell & Cordell to schedule an appointment with one of our firm's Miami area attorneys. Online at CordellCordell.com. Se habla español. Legal services available in English and Spanish. Miami, Florida. Lisa Carges, Florida resident partner. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois only. Announcer is a paid presenter.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. But not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/trial. That's ZipRecruiter.com/trial.
Manufactured in the USA, Plantation Shutters for You is the best choice for plantation shutters. Custom measured and installed just for you. Built to last forever. They will not be undersold. Start with a free consultation. PlantationShuttersForYou.com. And God bless everyone.
We believe in better. A better way to invest, a better way to serve you, and a better result. We can help you determine how much risk you're taking, red flags that could be potential problems for you, how much you're paying in fees or commissions, potential tax liability, or even how to address Social Security.
Tune into WealthWorks Radio with Eric Carney, Saturdays at 6 a.m., Sundays at 9 a.m., right here on 92.5 Fox News Radio.
Hey, this is Papa, reporting that we're still getting a lot of calls from homeowners who were told they needed a new re-roof after Irma. Most of these folks had a few broken tiles that are obsolete. Our company has 2 warehouses filled with the older obsolete tiles that have never been used. If you think that you may not need a new re-roof, but only need to replace some obsolete tile, please call me for our free tile roof inspection. We may be able to repair and seal your roof to make it look new and beautiful, a lot cheaper than replacing the entire roof. If you call me for our free inspection, we'll place you on our proactive list. And in the event of another hurricane, you won't have to go searching for a contractor because we will automatically call you to see if you need assistance. Let me show you how we can clean and seal and protect your roof, pavers, and pool decks. On behalf of my sons, Casey, Carrie, and Cody, call us at 945-2700. That's 945-2700, area code 239-945-2700. We're open 24/7, and you can call us right now for a free tile roof inspection. License number CCC 1326213.
Drew's College of Political Knowledge is presented by France Eye Care. Better vision, better life.
Attention, class. It's time for Drew's College of Political Knowledge.
It's Drew's College.
All right, let's go to Mark. Mark's in Fort Myers. Hello there, Mark in Fort Myers. How are you today?
Not too awfully terrible, Drew. Yourself?
Not too awfully terrible. Okay, you're just mildly terrible. Not awfully. Okay, no, you're fine. You're good. All right, it's Drew's College of Political Knowledge. 4 questions on politics and more you get right. The higher the degree, we'll see if you're in a PhD or associate's degree questions, or it starts right now. All right, let's see. In 2000, George W. Bush won the GOP nomination for President of the United States. The year 2000. Who won the Democrat nomination?
Oh, let's see. Not Lurch.
So the Democrat...
Was it Lurch?
Lurch, no. You're thinking of John Kerry?
What?
Is it? No.
It wasn't John Kerry?
No. Al Gore. Remember Al Gore?
That was right. 2000, Al Gore.
No, that's
Al Gore.
okay. Yeah. All right, well, let's see if you get a associate's degree on this question. Senators, if a U.S. senator, somebody's running for U.S. Senate, they serve for how many years in the Senate? Like when they run, like how many years a senator serves for how many years? Like they run for re-election. How many years?
Senate's 6.
That is correct, sir. Okay, good. All right, you got an associate's. We'll see if you get a bachelor's degree on this question. By the way, speaking of senators, the governor, Rick Scott, right, became senator. He's a senator right now, right? Yes, okay.
Rick Scott, yeah.
Yeah. Who did he beat to win in 2018?
Smiling Bill.
We can accept that. Bill Nelson. Smiling Bill Nelson. I've never heard that before, but I'm going to accept that because I don't know if that was common to say Smiling Bill. All right, you got a...
Well, he always had a stupid smile on his face.
Okay. He may have one right now. I can't see him. All right, let's see. You got quickly, let's see, for your a master's degree. In 1945, Japan surrendered to the U.S. 1945. What war did that end? There's a clock going on, too.
You said 45?
Yeah.
WW2.
That is correct, sir. All right, there you go. I like the clock sound effect that you had in the background. Or it could have been a blinker there in your directional signal. They call them blinkers?
It was a blinker.
Yeah, that. Okay, it shows our age. All right, congratulations. You got a master's degree today on Drew's College. So good job there, Mark. I appreciate you calling. I appreciate you playing, and I appreciate you. Oh, gosh.
Well, sorry I fudged the first one up.
Did you just get attacked by a lion? What was that? What was that sound effect? You're filled with sound effects, and you should call more often, Mark. That's fun. He's got all kinds of sound effects. He got attacked by a lion. He's got a... So do they still call it blinkers or directional signals? Is blinkers, is that really old school? Oh, boy.
This is Daybreak. 92.5 Fox News.
Searching everywhere for great prices on appliances? No, you're not, because you have better things to do. Besides, Good Deals has it for less, and they have plenty of items in stock despite shortages everywhere else. Remember, Good Deals guarantees the lowest price on everything they sell. Find a lower price anywhere, and Jay will beat it, guaranteed. Visit one of the showrooms in Fort Myers, Naples, and Cape Coral, or shop online at GoodDealsAppliances.com.
Good Deals Appliances. Have we got a deal for you?
The real estate market is really hot right now, but for how long? I'm Anthony Gomes from GomesMovesHomes.com. You've heard Drew Steele talk about me on his show. If you're thinking about selling your home for a premium price, now is the time. You can sell over market value without doing repairs, letting strangers in your home, and you pick the closing date. Learn how for free. No pressure, no obligation. Go to GomesMovesHomes.com. GomesMovesHomes.com.
92.5 WFSX Estero. It's 8 o'clock on Southwest Florida's news and talk station.
Hey, it's 8 o'clock, and you know what? I thought we would do like a little roll call. Let's see who's here at 8 o'clock on either YouTube or on Facebook or on the website, drewsteele.com. So why don't we do a roll call this morning? I'm just curious to see how my numbers that I'm showing are shaping up with the numbers of people who are here right now. I'm going to pull the microphone away. All right, so let's see if you are here. Just say here so I can recognize you live on the stream. I got to fix this. I think I'm too... Should I be lower or higher? Or I should be zoomed in more, maybe? Okay. All right, let's see who's here. All right, Florentina, first up. You're here. All right, Melissa's here. James Cammons is here in Naples. Melissa's here. Good morning, Melissa. Good to see you. Philo is on the tube boob. Gary is... I already saw you there, James. Come on now. Gary, you're here. Good to see you. Lisa Day is here. Lisa, good to see you. Donna's here. Hello. On the tube. Good to see you. All right. Dennis is here as well. Dennis, good morning. Mariotti Michael. I thought it said Marriott Michael. I was like, wow, you're the guy? Love your hotel chain. Let's see. Night Owl is here. Good morning. Good to see you. James Witt is joining us this morning. I appreciate it. Jane is always here, I think. Donna Maga is here as well. By the way, in case you're wondering, Dennis is in the Cape, where you're not allowed to go fishing on the bridges anymore. Trevor Truth. I like your, that's the galaxy. I wonder which galaxy that is. There's so many of them. Craig is here. Good morning, Craig. Good to see you. I appreciate it. Native American, good morning. Good morning to you. Nostalgic Soul. Look at that. I love that. 76. That is a very awesome little thummy there. Jeff is here. Bobby Brown is in Port Charlotte. We appreciate you being here. Leo, good morning, Leo. Good to see you as well. I do appreciate you watching. Jay Canton is here, and time's just ticking away. Although, hourglasses don't tick. Matt, good morning, Matt. Good to see you, my friend. I appreciate you being here. Greg is here. That is a great, it's either a sunrise or a sunset. What is it? We don't know. Johnny B. Good is here. Good morning. And Gatorlyn always here. Good morning, Gatorlyn. Good to see you. Janice is here on faceplate. All right. Wait a minute. Well, I didn't mean it like I wasn't giving you attitude, Jane. I meant like, I didn't mean like Jane's always here. I mean, Jane's always here. All right. And look at you guys saying hi to each other. Look at that. It's the morning crew. We all hang out and know each other. All right, good stuff. All right, I appreciate you all watching. Just wanted to do a little roll call, numbers matching up. Good stuff. All right, we'll see you in a little bit. By the way, you know, maybe I should ask you all, is there anything that you want me to talk about coming up this hour? I never really asked that. Is there anything you want me to discuss? Let me know. That, have we ever done that? Hey, have I ever gone on to YouTube, Facebook, drewsteele.com? Have I ever gone on, like I am now, and asked them about topics that they would want me to talk about? Have I ever done that before? No, I haven't. That's weird. Okay, sorry about that. Yeah, if there's something you want me to talk about. All right, let's see. All right, the China informant, I can do that. Voter ID, we can do that. James one, the Arizona audit, we can do that as well. All right, so I'll try to kind of hit those topics coming up. Cool. All right, good times.
At the heart of what matters most.
Jason and Todd with the Diamond District are giving you a free pair of 1-carat total weight diamond stud earrings this weekend only with your purchase of a Veragio engagement or wedding ring priced at $2,500 or more during their Veragio Trunk Show. Jason and Todd are also offering 12 months interest-free financing.
Window World is a family-owned business, and we really mean family. And with a family-owned business, you get a business that is looking to treat everyone right. We live in this community. We want to take care of our friends and neighbors.
With our family-owned business, we are backed by a company that believes in top-quality products at the best price available. That way, more people can afford energy-saving windows and doors, as well as top-quality, hurricane-rated, high-impact windows that also offer you some increased security to your home.
And being backed by our parent company, we're going to be around for a long time. The guarantee Window World offers is the absolute best guarantee you are ever going to find in a window replacement company. If anything goes wrong with your new windows, Window World, that's us, and Window World Corporate will stand behind it and get it fixed.
No high pressure, no sitting in your home for hours trying to get you to make a decision right away, but simply good business to our friends and neighbors. And when we're through installing your new windows, we'll stand behind those windows with the best guarantee in the window replacement business. See for yourself. Window World, simply the best for less.
It's Fred Kobe with your Kobe Coin tip of the day. I see full-page ads in the newspaper every day offering thousands of dollars for your air conditioner trade-in. They're ads about giant rebates and cashback deals, and I personally believe these companies think that the average consumer is too stupid to know the truth. I have more faith in you folks. There's no such thing as a trade-in or a real cashback in this business. The fake rebates and trade-ins are just overpriced air conditioning systems with a discount. They can't resell this equipment, and there's no such thing as an AC trade-in. It's as phony as the people trying to sell them. When you think of air conditioning companies, we hope you'll think of Kobe Cooling. No nonsense and no pressure. We're the company your neighbors use. Bryant, whatever it takes, license CACO 57313. Kobe, the most trusted name in this business since 1949, and never offering fake and phony rebates and cashback.
From 92.5 Fox News.
It's the stuff Southwest Florida is talking about.
It's Daybreak. Now, here's the guy at the epicenter of what's important to those of us who live in Southwest Florida. Drew Steele.
Well, good morning, Southwest Florida. Glad you're here. 239-479-5592 is the talk and text line. We stream live, drewsteele.com. That's the website. Steele has 3 E's, and we do appreciate you watching at the website. It's mobile friendly for your smartphone, smart device, and also if you're at Facebook at Drew Steele Radio. You can still go to YouTube, by the way. I know people have been asking about that as well at Drew Steele Radio. Still there. All right, a lot to get to. Hey, Jen Psaki is circling back with us, right?
I'll circle back.
Yeah, and she's saying that, look, gun violence, the president blames gun violence for the rise in crime. That's all it is. It's gun violence. What? All right, so we're going to play some of that because there are some, I don't know how you explain them. There are some nuances that are going on when it comes to crime. And I'm telling you, crime is bound to be one of the biggest 2022 topics in the election season. I'm telling you, watch out for it because of how it's being spun. And I'll explain coming up in just a second. What else? We have, what do you have? Stacey Abrams now. For some reason, this is very bizarre. Why is it that Stacey Abrams is now saying, hey, listen, we don't have any problem with voter ID. Voter ID seems pretty basic and simple, and we should be able to do that, right? I never said you shouldn't have voter ID. We should. And as a matter of fact, I think Joe Manchin has something in the Senate bill that has to do with the For the People Act and talking about voter ID, photo ID. Sure, we should require that, right? That sounds, yeah. Why is it that all of a sudden people are starting to say, yeah, maybe we should? Stacey Abrams sees the numbers. 80% support photo ID for voting, including 62% of Democrats. And an overwhelming share of minorities are saying yes. So why is there this change all of a sudden? It's weird, isn't it? Because you can look and say, man, Democrats believe in photo ID to vote. 80% of people in general, the GOP is all over this, right? So what if you made the case that ID, a voter ID, could be the way to get Republicans on board? If a Democrat were to put this in and say, yeah, it's starting to sound more, knowing full well that Stacey Abrams and others do not want to have anything to do with a photo ID when you vote. Monmouth had a poll. And they said, in general, do you support or oppose requiring voters to show a photo ID in order to vote? And again, I gave you some of the numbers by party ID. You see that 62% of Democrats agree. And how many people believe that you should do this? But what if there was something a little more devious about it? Because what if your identification wasn't necessarily a photo ID? What if your voter identification could be a utility bill? Something like that. I mean, you could do that. That might help someone who would be against photo ID to say, I'm for ID. I'm for voter ID. Hold on. Don't say I'm not for voter ID. I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't want to get carried away with the photo ID situation or anything like that. But, hey, you give us a bill from someplace in your house or something that has a name on it. So my suggestion is that there's a couple of things going on here. That Stacey Abrams and other Democrats, they understand that people want to have election integrity. Across the board, the country wants it. Only certain individuals wouldn't want it, and that might have something to do with, I don't know, if you had laxed in election integrity, security, then you might have
bowl of doggy do.
What? Things could happen. And let's just say some people don't mind that those things might happen because, it helps them. But I'm not making any suggestion, Democrats. But here's what I am saying. That you're being slick by half. Yeah, I'm for a voter ID. Not necessarily the ones that could firm up what it is that you're asking to do, but one that could still be, changed, manipulated. Maybe once it's passed, maybe there's some changes that go on subtly with a Democrat-led House and Senate, possibly, that could change here and there, can be, crafted. Get people on board for that portion of it and would help to pass the rest of it. Don't think that all of a sudden Stacey Abrams and other Democrats have turned around and said, I didn't realize how wrong I was about this. I've come around. No, there are other things that are going on here. And make no mistake about it, that's part of what it is. Manchin's bill would also require all states to allow for voting by mail, would allow for things like utility bills to be used. It's kind of, like I said, it's slick by half. So don't necessarily fall for all of it, but there's more going on with that. So you've got that issue that pops up. What about the issue of crime that I'm telling you? I can't say it enough. This is going to be one of the big issues in 2022, could even be one of the big issues in 24. And I'm telling you, crime, you may not hear a lot about it, but boy, people are starting to notice. It's like critical race theory. Don't mess with us. And you are, and it's not going away. And as much as you want critical race theory to stop being discussed and talked about, that maybe if we don't talk about it, it'll go, no, we're not going anywhere. Jen Psaki yesterday being asked about crime, this uptick in crime.
The first, I wanted to ask you about crime. I wanted to understand, is there a concern at the White House that there could be an increase in crime this summer with the pandemic lifting? And is that concern the reason that the president is going to weigh in this week?
Now, that is interesting, right? When she says, well, with the pandemic lifting, there's going to be an increase in crime. Because criminals are like, I can't go outside. I might get sick. I might catch the vid. I can't leave. Not sure if that's really but anyway, all right. people lifting of the pandemic. I mean, it's another interesting way of putting it. Now that we're lifting the pandemic, well, really, you're saying that it can come and go as you decide to lift. Okay, anyway, that's just a reporter. So what does Jen Psaki say?
No, the reason is that there's been actually a rise in crime over the last 5 years, but really the last 18 months. And so it's an opportunity for the president to speak to what he's going to do to help address that. And
so that's interesting. There's been a rise in crime over the past 5 years. I'm trying to think of what administration. Is that true? Has there been a rise in crime over the past 5 years? I don't think that's true, but let's just throw some numbers out there that won't be challenged. Okay.
As we've seen around the country, it is a concern of many Americans, Republicans, but also Democrats too, not necessarily through a partisan lens. It was something that President felt it was appropriate to speak to and tell the American people what he's doing to help address.
Would he be approaching this a little differently than he did perhaps in 94 when there was another crime wave that Democrats responded to? I mean, can you talk to how his approach might change?
Taking away people's guns, 94. We got to take away people's guns. That's how we do it. It's about guns.
Well, I'm not going to get ahead of his comments or remarks later this week, but it is an area where the president feels a great deal of the crime we're seeing as a result of gun violence. You can expect he'll speak to that.
Yeah, okay. So it's gun violence. It's guns. It's all about guns, and he's going to speak to that. And how do you think he's going to speak to that, everybody? You know the answer. And again, it's this slick by half kind of thing that's going on with the way it's being discussed. You know, the reporters, no pushback. But what is going on with crime? And I will say this. Remember who we're talking about. We're talking about the left in this country with a willing media that's going to go along with the narrative, isn't going to push back a lot, which is a shame, especially when it comes to something we should universally care about, like crime or like COVID. Oh, did I say COVID? I'm sorry. No, you can't do that. You can't make the comparisons to the vid because nobody would make the vid political. I mean, that doesn't. Even Nancy Pelosi laughed at that one. But it's about how you're couching the conversation. How are you putting it? For example, we're talking about Chicago. How many times have we talked about Chicago? How many times has Chicago been brought up and nothing ever changes? It never stops. You think there'd be an answer. They don't have an answer. And I want you to listen to this because, again, how you talk about this matters and whether or not you're being slick by half or maybe lying. Here's a report. Listen to this.
After a violent weekend that left 10 Chicagoans dead, the city's top cop is arguing crime across the city is actually down from this time last year.
Really? It's down? Oh, okay. So I don't know if you realize this, but it's kind of a big deal. 54 people were shot in Chicago over the weekend. 54. 10 are dead. This seems like a common occurrence. It seems like it's all the time we're hearing about these outrageous numbers. They know what's going on in Chicago. But Lori Lightfoot, the mayor of the city, says it's getting better. Here's how she says it's getting better. Listen to this.
The reality is, June over June, so from last year to this one, what we've seen is a downward trend in both homicides and shootings. We are seeing a downward trajectory where other cities are continuing to see a climb. Now, I'm the first to tell you that's cold comfort to a single person who's been shot, a single person who's been killed.
Right. It's cold comfort to those that have been shot and killed every single weekend, all the time. Doesn't seem like it goes away. Starts to feel like lip service after a while. But she said that the numbers are going down. June to June, the numbers are going down. Interesting. How accurate are those numbers? Well, let's just put it this way. They have. If you look at the city's own update of the weekly statistics, you see that murders were down 4% compared to the same week last year. The difference is 1. According to the numbers, the difference was 1 murder. There were 27 last year and only 26 this year. So when the mayor says there were fewer murders, The numbers are going down. We're seeing less. She's talking about the weekend tally, including other murders that happened during the week. So she's manipulating the numbers. But the difference between what she's talking about and these numbers on a steady decline and going down is the difference of 1. The numbers are out there for everybody to see. By the way, if you go month to month, murders are up 4% for the year, with 296 murders at this time last year compared to 307 this year. The numbers are not good. But again, I bring this up because I'm telling you, crime is going to be a big, big, big issue because more and more cities are going to see an uptick, especially with the defunding the police issues that are going on and the way that police are being treated and how major metropolitan cities like New York Eric, what's his name again? Is it Eric Adams? Just to give you an idea. So Eric Adams, who is right now the top candidate in New York for the primary that's happening, I think, today, that the one of Eric Adams, an individual who was out in the Bronx over the weekend, who was helping to get out the vote, works for Eric Adams, was stabbed multiple times with an ice pick in the back in surgery over the weekend. I have no idea what the condition of this individual is. And this is a guy that's talking about getting tough on crime, and people are talking about what's going on in the city, and they're going out and trying to get votes, and the guy gets stabbed. These are the things that are happening. Yes, even Democrats see this. But how could you be Lori Lightfoot and try to say that things are not looking, it's looking better, everybody, things are starting to go down, and know what the numbers are and try to manipulate them that way instead of finally, once and for all, doing something about the issue. And why won't they in Chicago? And again, it speaks volumes to where certain individuals are willing to go and willing to say and how they're willing to discuss how bad crime is. And if it's not bad in your city now, just wait. Nobody wants to have that kind of attitude. But man, when you can't even be honest about something like that, when you can't even back the blue, you can't even look at your own police department and say, we've got to do anything and everything we possibly can to ensure that you can keep the safety and security of our neighborhoods, of our kids, of being able to get out and be out amongst our neighbors and not have to worry about this. And that should be universally across the board, unchallenged. And yet there are people that want to manipulate numbers to make it look like things are getting better when they're not. That you want to put the blame on the guns instead of the people, that you want to do all kinds of things that are not going to help. And why? For what? 239-479-5592. All right. Listen, when we come back, we got to get the latest on this. Hey, is Jeff Bezos going to eat the Mona Lisa or not? Can we find out what that is now, Jake? You got to find out. Where are we up to on this petition? Just a weird petition that's out there. The interwebs wants Jeff Bezos to eat the Mona Lisa. I mean, why not? He's a multi-billionaire. If he wants to, it's if we're going to be honest, the Mona Lisa is kind of overrated. I mean, all right. No, that's really out there. Not the overrated Mona Lisa part. Everybody knows that. I'm talking about the Jeff Bezos eating it. It's really bizarre. All right, we'll get to that and more. Top 5 audio clips of the day coming up at 8:35 as well. It's Daybreak 92.5. Fox News right all along.
This is 92.5 Fox News. The antidote to the anti-conservatives. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Does market turbulence and economic turmoil have you worried about your retirement nest egg? I'm Alfie Townsend. Learn how to navigate these uncertain times. Tune in to Saving the Investor radio show every Saturday at 9 a.m. or visit us at savingtheinvestor.com.
When you choose Dr. David C. Brown's Eye Centers of Florida for your family's total eye care needs, you're selecting the most trusted name in eye care physicians. You're also putting your precious sight in the hands of one of the nation's safest surgical centers. Setters. Surgicare, long known for excellence. Nothing compares to the expertise and compassion of the first name in total eye care. Dr. David C. Brown's Eye Centers of Florida. Now open Saturdays at select locations.
In business, it's never just another day. Every day is the day that could bring your biggest order yet, or a new cyber threat. Whatever the day holds, with Comcast Business, you'll be prepared. With a network that can deliver gig speeds to the most businesses, Comcast Business Security Edge to help protect your connected devices, and a dedicated team available 24/7. Every day in business is a big day. We'll keep you ready for what's next. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Get started with a great offer for $35 each a month for 24 months for 2 years when you buy both. Want even more speed? Ask how to get up to 10 gigs for your small business. Call 1-800-501-6000 or go to ComcastBusiness.com today to find out more. Restrictions apply. New Comcast Business 35 megabits per second internet and one voice mobility customers only. Early termination fee applies. Requires EcoBill and AutoPay. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra and subject to change. Security Edge not included. Actual speeds vary.
Injuries on the job can cause you to lose control. I'm Glenn Levine from the law offices of Anajar and Levine. Money is not coming in and your medical bills are piling up. Our legal team is here to help. We can help you file all your workers' compensation claims to make sure you get the proper benefits you're entitled to. If you've been injured on the job, call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733 for a free consultation and take back control of your life.
Office in Naples.
At Johnson Spinal Care 596 Back, I strive to offer the highest level of care for those suffering with back and neck problems. With unparalleled service and our award-winning non-surgical spinal decompression approach, thousands of people have chosen us to treat their back or neck problems. If you are seeking lasting relief that is proven effective without needles or surgery, then call today to see if you may be a candidate. This completely safe treatment can be effective for many conditions, including sciatica, ruptured or herniated discs, Facet syndrome, compressed nerves, arthritis, and spinal stenosis. Additionally, people who had failed back surgery in the past often find incredible relief from spinal decompression. At Johnson Spinal Care, all our treatments are drug-free and non-surgical. We use new and comprehensive approaches that provide lasting relief. Johnson Spinal Care is here to serve you. Call our Medicare-friendly office today for an immediate, no-charge telephone consultation. 596-BACK. 596-BACK. That's 596-2225.
Manufactured in the USA, Plantation Shutters for You is the best choice for plantation shutters. Custom measured and installed just for you. Built to last forever. They will not be undersold. Start with a free consultation. PlantationShuttersForYou.com. And God bless everyone.
This is Drew Steele on 92.5 Fox News.
I've been asked, did you plan on becoming the largest injury law firm in the world? And the answer is no. We set out to be focused on our clients and to have a commitment to trying cases and winning. And when you have those results at trial, you're able to settle most of your cases quickly and fairly. Hard work and client satisfaction was our plan. It worked. Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Hey Suncoast, get ready to explore big life by going tiny. Great American Tiny House Show is June 26th and 27th at Bradenton Area Convention Center. Tour tiny houses on and off wheels, plus schoolies. Talk to experts about the difference tiny living makes in their lives. Learn to reduce, reuse, recycle. Get your tickets online now at greatamericantinyhouse.show. Coming this weekend, June 26th and 27th at Bradenton Area Convention Center. Get your tickets now at greatamericantinyhouse.show.
We'll buy your car today, on the spot, and pay you $500 more than anyone else. It's the ultimate buyback event at Sutherland Nissan Fort Myers and Sutherland Nissan Cape Coral. 4 days only. Market conditions and a record month have caused a massive demand for your used vehicle, allowing Sutherland to pay more than ever for trade-ins. Up to 130% book value and $500 more than any other written offer. No purchase necessary. Sutherland Nissan will buy your car outright. You don't need to buy one of our cars. Bring your vehicle to Sutherland and get paid up to 130% value today. Hurry, this event ends 7 p.m. Sunday. It's the ultimate buyback event at Sutherland Nissan Fort Myers and Sutherland Nissan Cape Coral. Nobody in Florida pays you more for your old car than Sutherland. Sutherland Nissan Fort Myers and the all-new Sutherland Nissan Cape Coral, your used car megastore. Online at flnissan.com. If you don't shop Sutherland, you'll pay too much.
See dealer for details.
Collier County residents, are you prepared for hurricane season? Get ready by bringing hazardous waste to a recycling drop-off center. Hurricane season has arrived, and the Solid and Hazardous Waste Management Division is here to help you prepare. Protect your home, family, and the environment from dangerous hazardous waste. Bring items like paint, gasoline, and batteries to a recycling center for environmentally safe disposal. Be prepared by cleaning out your home, yard, and garage. Bring items like propane tanks, oil, and electronics to a recycling center near you. Visit one of Collier County's recycling centers located in Naples, Marco Island, North Collier, northeast of Immokalee, and at the landfill. Recycling centers are open Monday to Saturday from 8:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. While you can drop off most items for free, small fees may apply for certain items. For more information on our rates and material accepted, visit colliercountyfl.gov/recycles or call 252-7575. That's 252-7575. Be prepared for hurricane season by bringing your hazardous waste to a recycling center near you.
Me, a cat, moving in with a new human. It took a little getting used to. She has these weird games she likes to play, like this giant feather. She sticks it in my face. I swat it away. She sticks it in my face. I swat it away. It's almost like she thinks I enjoy it. But seeing how much fun she gets out of it, well, I guess it makes it all worth it. Humans.
A person is the best thing to happen to a shelter pet. Be that person. Adopt. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the ShelterPetProject.org.
This update is presented by Stevie Tomato Sports Page in Fort Myers, Cape Coral, and Naples.
Wink News, traffic.
Good Tuesday morning. Keeping an eye on a few crashes in Collier County. We've got one right now on Golden Gate Boulevard at Weber Boulevard South. Another at Estee Avenue right near Lorenzo Walker just east of Airport Pulling Road. And another at Collier Boulevard and Golden Gate Parkway with some delays right now. Major slowdowns in that area southbound. If you're heading out through Lee County, Daniels Parkway is slow moving, heading westbound through Gateway at Gateway Boulevard, but we are crash-free out across Fort Myers, Cape Coral, and Lehigh Acres. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
High humidity sticks around for this afternoon with temperatures warming into low to even middle 90s. Heat index values hot, ranging between 100 to even up to 108 degrees today. Spotty storms possible as we head into especially this afternoon and into this evening, calming down into tonight with temperatures only set to cool down to the middle 70s, waking up in your Wednesday morning. Another warm day for tomorrow with a high of 92 degrees and a slightly higher chance to see some thunderstorms. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
There's the left way, and then there's the right way. 92.5 Fox News.
Steven Tomatoes Sports Page. Come for the food, stay for the sports.
It's Big Al from Stevie Tomato Sports Page. Do you feel American pride and want to shout, God bless America? As a son of immigrants who came through Ellis Island, I stand when the national anthem plays and get emotional thinking of those who have sacrificed for America's greatness. At Stevie's, we're filled with gratitude for our great customers and the country we live in. The firemen, police, emergency service, construction workers, and those who go about each day providing the foundation for our country. We love our customers and express our gratitude with our food, service, and value. Thankful for your dedication for what you do. And to all our great customers, show your love for this great country by going to any Stevie's. Stand at the bar and say loud and clear for all to hear, God bless America, and I'll buy you a 10-ounce beer. Restrictions apply in Cape Coral, Fort Myers, and Naples. God bless America.
Steven Tomatoes Sports Page. Come for the food, stay for the sports.
Hey, it's Drew Steele. You know the real estate market's really hot right now, but for how long? Well, nobody really knows. I mean, if people don't catch up on their mortgage payments because of COVID, the market's going to get flooded with foreclosure inventory, and that's scary because your home's value could plummet. So if you thought about selling your home for a premium price, now's the time to do it, but you don't want to make any costly mistakes. That's why you need to get with Anthony Gomes from GomesMovesHomes.com. See, he's been buying, selling, brokering, and investing in real estate for over 20 years. Mistakes in real estate estate can cost you tens of thousands of dollars. Anthony wrote a book on how to sell homes, your home, and for the most money. And he wants to ship it to you for free. Just go to GomesMovesHomes.com and tell him where you want to send it. Inside, you'll gain 20 years of secrets from wealthy home sellers on how you can sell for a premium price without doing repairs, letting strangers go through your home, and you could pick the closing date. Go to GomesMovesHomes.com. Again, GomesMovesHomes.com.
What's up, Southwest Florida? It's your friend Tyler McCluskey here, and I'm reminding you about our new show that airs every Saturday at 11 a.m. right here on 92.5 Fox News. Every week, I give you all the information you need to know about your health insurance needs. We also promote local real estate, entertainment, and have a guest host each week. Be sure to tune in live every Saturday at 11 a.m. or download our show on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. For more information or a health insurance quote, visit TylerMcCluskey.com.
Join us this Saturday at 11 a.m. for the Tyler McCluskey Show, right here on 92.5 Fox News.
Trust. It's the rock-solid foundation of Moran Wealth Management. Over 40 years ago, they began advising clients on ways to help meet their financial goals. 4 decades later, we've helped many reach their goals of providing for themselves, their families, and future generations. CEO Tom Moran has assembled an impressive team of professionals, each committed to the same core concept. Tom is recognized by Barron's as a Hall of Fame advisor. To be named a Hall of Fame advisor, the advisor has to have been ranked by Barron's consecutively for the last 10 years in any of their rankings. Let us earn your trust. Call 239-920-4440 or visit MoranWM.com. Barron's rankings are based on data provided by thousands of advisors. Factors included in the rankings were assets under management, revenue produced for the firm, regulatory record, length of service, quality of practice, and client retention. Investment products and services are offered through Wells Fargo Advisors Financial Network, LLC, WFAFN, member SIPC. Moran Wealth Management is a separate entity from WFAFN.
This is Drew Steele on 92.5 Fox News.
All right, 239-479-5592, the talk and text line streaming live. DrewSteele.com is the website. Steele has 3 E's, so we do appreciate you watching. Time right now for the top 5 audio clips of the day. Here we go. It's a 5 at 8:35.
Drew's Top 5 at 8:35 is brought to you by Moran Wealth Management. Isn't it time to review your portfolio options? Go to MoranWM.com.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drew's 5 at 8:35.
Number 5.
Just a few moments from now, President Biden will be sitting down with the country's top financial regulators following the Dow's first 5-day losing streak since January, and a new report that claims Biden's new tax proposal may raise rates for over 60% of Americans.
No. He said only the 1%. He said only the top earners, the 1%. No. It's the uber rich, super rich. No. 60% of Americans aren't going to pay more in taxes with Joe Biden's new tax proposal. No. Even Nancy Pelosi's laughing at that one.
Number 4.
So this rising crime is not the fault of the movement. It's actually the fault of the police, and this has been our point all along.
That's been their point all along there on MSNBC yesterday. Barack Obama's former task force on 21st century policing and the Ferguson Commission, Brittany Packnett Cunningham, claimed that no, police are the blame for the rise in crime in New York City. That's exactly what it is. And she laid it all out. And I can't, what? Even Nancy Pelosi's laughing at that one.
Number 3.
That is the nature of science. It is a self-correcting process. And that's the reason why I say people who then criticize me about that are actually criticizing science. It was not a change because I felt like flip-flopping. It was a change because the evidence changed. The data changed.
There's the Fauci on an interview just yesterday where he's saying, no, I never flip-flopped on masks. No, I didn't do that. Even though I did it and I admit to doing it. No, I didn't. It's the science, the data changes. Even though I had the evidence of what masks could do, it didn't make it. I changed because the data changed. Guess what? Even Nancy Pelosi's laughing at that one.
Number 2.
Go ahead. One last question. Sure. Does the president believe that a 15-week-old unborn baby is a human being?
Are you asking me if the president supports a woman's right to choose? He does.
Nobody's laughing at that one. Jen Psaki yesterday, when asked about a 15-week-old abortion, taking the life of a 15-year-old child, a baby, does the president of the United States believe that it's okay to take away the life of a 15-week-old baby? And the answer is yes. Yes, he does. That's not something to laugh at.
Number 1.
The other day I was walking down the hallway at Lakeview Elementary School to give a teacher a retiring gift. I looked up onto the wall and saw a BLM poster and an Amanda Gorman. In case you don't know who that chick is, she's some girl who did a poem at Biden's so-called inauguration. I was so mad. I was told 2 weeks ago at this very meeting spot, no politics in school. I believed what you said at this meeting. So at lunch I went up to my principal to tell him about the BLM poster and that I wanted it down. He said it's not coming down. I was like, yeah, it is, because the school board said on May 25th, no BLM or politics in school. He said, that's weird. They were the ones who made them. I was stunned. When I was here 2 weeks ago, you told us to report any BLM in our schools. Apparently, you know they're in our schools because you made the signs.
Whoa. That's a 9-year-old going after the school board. I'm not sure where the school board was. I'm not sure what I got to find out more about this. But listen, the child, the parents, they know that there's a radical agenda going on in schools. They see what's happening. She called the school board out right in front of their faces.
Drew's 5 at 8:35.
And I'm just saying, there are people that see what's going on. There are people that realize what's happening in Southwest Florida. There are people right now who understand what's happening here in our schools, and enough is enough, and how we want answers. And when it comes to the teaching of the principles of critical race theory that is going on, and we know it's evident, and there's evidence there, and there are people who have heard about it and seen it, and probably some of you that are doing it or listening right now, teachers, that we're not having it. And there's going to continue to be pushback, and there's going to continue to be more information coming out about schools here in Southwest Florida, about districts here in Southwest Florida, and keeping an eye on it. And listen, if I hear more about it, I am certainly going to have people on and certainly report on what's going on around this town, because we're just not having it. And parents have had enough. And there's a lot of news on that coming up, and we'll have some tomorrow. But I don't know, I wanted to play more of the 9-year-old, but there's other things that I also wanted to get to quickly. First of all, I wanted to bring this story up. I wonder how many of you have this going on in your home. I didn't get a chance to talk about this earlier. That in Southwest Florida, I know that there are some who have been told that a way to help with your energy costs is to sign up with, I don't know if FPL has this or who has this, the electric co-op. I'm not sure who has these kind of things where the ability to kind of fix your energy bills, work out your energy bills, that maybe you might want to sign up for a program that'll keep an eye on your energy bills and to help to keep costs down. And people are like, yeah, I want to sign up for that. I'd like to keep my costs down. Well, in Texas, oh boy, they're showing that, man, if you've got one of these smart devices in your homes, if you have the Electric Reliability Council checking into this in Texas and saying, we're getting calls of people saying that somebody's been turning up the temperature at their home remotely at the same time the state is undergoing an energy shortage. In other words, some of these smart devices that you have in your house are being accessed by the electric companies. Now, I don't think it's happening here in the state of Florida. I'm just saying I just remember a time when people were told to sign up for energy savings. I don't know if this is something that is the kind of, being able to reach out and change someone there in their home. But it's happening in Houston, that they said that they put the temperature down and They brought it down to like 72 degrees, and all of a sudden, it went up to 78. And they were wondering what was going on. Well, they got an alert on the phone saying that their thermostat had been changed remotely due to an energy-saving event. So they made adjustments because they signed up for something, an agreement that said, hey, listen, if you sign up for this, we're going to keep your prices low. And by doing that, we might have to make changes every once in a while. And they've been making changes through all of these heat waves that are happening across the country and here particularly in Texas. They were enrolled in a program called Smart Savers Texas. And an outside company was running it. And, yeah, they have the ability to change the thermostats. How creepy is that? I just wanted to throw that story out there because I saw it and I was like, oh, boy. Wouldn't want that happening in my home, certainly. All right, what else do we want not happening in our homes? What other things? Oh, hey, we played the audio of the Fauci saying that, listen, it wasn't flip-flopping changing. It was the science, the data. That kind of stuff changes. I wonder if science and data change when it comes to climate? Or is that just, we've got one group that says we're destroying the planet, we're all going to die in 10 years, and that's just the way it is. So science and data doesn't change when it comes to climate. Like climate science, climate data, climate numbers don't change, right? They're always the same. I mean, it's just bad. It's just never changes. I bring that up because yesterday I talked about this story about the Swiss. They had a climate change referendum that they were talking about. And they dropped its negotiations with the EU, and they were saying, hey, well, how about we do this? How about we put this out to the voters and we do something about climate ourselves, and we want to do a climate protection law. And we would go after CO2, we'd go after pesticides, drinking water. I mean, not going after drinking water, but, things that would be happening in the drinking water that are, man-made and the problems there. And we've got to do something to save the planet, green politics. And guess what? The referendum was, it failed 51 to 49%. And the reason why was because of millennials. Millennials? No, young people. 60 to 70% of the 18 to 34-year-olds voted no in the three categories. What? Wait a minute. I thought that 18 to 34-year-olds were all about this kind of thing, and I thought that was right. Isn't that how that works? Isn't it the 18 to 34s are all about doing things when it comes to green politics, green energy, and climate change? And no, they rejected all three parts. 60 to 70% of them. I mean, it's a...
How dare you?
Wait, Greta's upset. Clearly. But, yeah. I thought that was interesting. Does that mean that maybe... Well, it says campaigners have to gather 100,000 signatures to kind of try to bring this back again and get it on the ballot. You're going to try to do it again. Hey, speaking of signatures, how are we doing on Jeff Bezos eating the Mona Lisa? That was a story from yesterday that all different kinds of publications were asking the question. Why is it that, how many signatures on the petition?
13,000.
Okay, on the heels of a petition out there that's almost at 50,000 where they don't want Jeff Bezos to come back to Earth.
75,000.
It's up to 75 now? Mm-hmm. How many do they need to have him stay in space forever? I mean, is there a number? I don't know. How does that work? When you got the social media mobs who are doing all kinds of online petitions that they sign off on, how does that work? How is it that you could have 75,000 online signatures that say Jeff Bezos has to be left out in space? How do you leave him? Do you eject him? Does everybody else get to come back off of the rocket that's going up with Jeff Bezos in it, but they somehow eject him into like a capsule and he gets to hang out up there? How does that work? I don't understand. They didn't figure out that part. They just think it's fun that they're doing the signatures. Now they have one that has to do with Jeff Bezos buying the Mona Lisa and then eating it. I'm sorry. Some things are just funny. But then when you think about it, the Mona Lisa is the most overrated of all the major artworks ever created. Right? I mean, Who looks at the Mona Lisa and goes, oh, I get it. They look at it and go, oh, I don't get it. Right?
Exactly.
Like when you see, trying to think of some of the great artworks that are out there. Like the Scream, right? You ever see the Scream?
I have.
Okay. You know, when I say it, you know it. It's one of the greats. Picasso's, some of those.
Isn't he the one who painted the Scream, or am I wrong?
I think you're wrong about that. You might want to use the magical Google machine. It'll tell you everything you need to know. Alexa, who made the Scream? Somebody will get back to us because somebody's Alexa just went off.
I have his name, but I'll probably butcher it.
Just say it.
Edvard Munch.
You know what? I'm pretty confident that right now, if he were here, he'd be saying, you just messed my name up.
Probably. Sorry.
Like, why don't rich people do things like that? I guess that's the point that the interwebs is trying to make. Why is it that billionaires, how many times you said in school, right? If I'm the school president, I'm going to, or the student council president, I'm going to make sure that there's milk in every water fountain.
Chocolate milk.
And only pizzas. Only pizza. Every day is pizza day. That's just Friday pizza day. Every day is pizza day.
Even for breakfast.
Yeah, even for breakfast. I don't care. Hey, listen, a lot of people like pizza for breakfast. That's a whole other story. But so how is it that you have people who have $100 billion plus and they don't do silly things with the money? Ever notice that?
They probably don't do it publicly.
Well,
Elon Musk shot one of his cars into space. That's pretty crazy.
He shot a car into space. What was he making a point? But there was still the idea of, well, I guess that's kind of crazy.
I mean, if you had a bunch of money, what are you doing that's crazy?
Well, for example, I might buy Fifth Avenue South right up to the water and right up to the beginning and pave it with retractable glass, and on weekends make it a pool. So you can actually swim up and down Fifth Avenue and you can go visit the shops. You could have dinner at one of your favorite restaurants right there on Fifth Avenue South, and you can hop in the water when you're done and just swim to the pier. I might do that. I'm sure there are other ideas that people have thought about. Maybe you have one, 239-479-5592. What a great way to end this program is with the most ridiculous, just to kind of cleanse the palate. That's a good, if I had billions of dollars, might be good. And if somebody says, well, that's outrageous, they would never do that. I'm not saying you can't drive over it. I would make some kind of retractable plexiglass, something that you could drive on during the week. And if there was any kind of way to make that capable, I'm sure there are people there in the city of Naples going, if you gave us $2 billion, we can, a lot we can do. Right?
I imagine, yeah.
Downtown Fort Myers, I might make, if you've ever seen south of the border on I-95, it has a big Pedro south of the border. It has one of those big giant statue kind of things. I might make a giant statue of me, like right next to the luminary.
Okay. That's the kind of stuff I want.
Okay. Just a
big Drew statue with 3 E's at the bottom.
Right. I don't know. If I said to the city, listen, I'll give you $1 billion for the property, they're going to say, listen, we just don't look that direction when we go to work. It's $2 billion. I mean, right? That's all I'm saying is, so when people say, when there's this petition out there for Jeff Bezos to eat the Mona Lisa, I'm just saying that well, he's never going to do it. But the point is that it's a good thing that some of the richest people on the planet have a conscience to not do what I just suggested, like having a giant statue in a corner. Oh, look at the time. We got to go. That's it. All right. Glenn Beck is next. Have a great day. So sorry about the end of the program this way. I never meant for it to happen that way, but it is something to think about, right? Or not. All right, the remainder of the forecast. Can it be any hotter? Let's hope not. All right, here's Week News meteorologist Casey Sherman. She'll tell us.
After a humid start to the day, look for temperatures warming to near 93 degrees this afternoon with heat index values ranging between 100 to 108 degrees. Spotty storms for this afternoon becoming a bit more widespread in nature for tomorrow with a high of 92 for your Wednesday. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
You don't have to feel distant. Come join the conversation.
I just want to say I love America because everyone gets a voice.
This is 92.5 Fox News. Right. All along.
Hey, we get it. You don't want to be hearing a Progressive commercial right now, so let us tell you something you do want to hear. You are powerful. You're a